From pretty much the present, this is your host, Adam Graham, bringing you a week of old-time radio detective podcasts from 2012. Because these podcasts are many years old, any offers or information included in the podcast may not be valid unless they're currently reflected on our Great Detectives of Old Time Radio website at greatdetectives.net. Here now is a week of old-time radio detective podcast. Welcome to the Great Detectives of Old Time Radio from Boise, Idaho. This is your host, Adam Graham. If you have a comment, email it to me, box13@greatdetectives.net. Follow us on Twitter at Radio Detectives and become one of our friends on Facebook, facebook.com/Radio Detectives. Well, today's episode is brought to you by the financial support of our listeners. Thanks so much for your support. Now it's time for today's adventure of Frank Race, The Adventure of the Talking Bullet.
The Adventures of Frank Race, starring Tom Collins. The war changed many things. The face of the earth and the people on it. Before the war, Frank Race worked as an attorney, but he traded his law books for the cloak and dagger of the OSS. And when it was over, his former life was over, too. Adventure had become his business. The Adventures of Frank Race. Now we join Frank Race for the adventure of the Talking Bullet.
Jones Beach and a portable radio. That's the only logical escape from a sultry summer night in the breathless heat of a Manhattan apartment. Lying there on the sand with Mark Donovan, I took my comfort and solace from the radio via one of the classic-minded stations, which featured a fine pianist addicted to Beethoven.
Look, I know it's hard enough for everybody to be dead, but we also gotta listen to this funeral music.
Mark, there are times when I think you have no soul.
And there are times when I think you got no ears. This long hair stuff won't ever amount to anything. All you gotta do is turn that little dial and get some real music. Cab Calloway.
You just touch that dial and I'll break your arm.
Okay. If you don't want people to think you're a square, you better get with it.
We interrupt this program for a special news flash.
Quiet, Mark.
State prison officials who have been keeping the story under wraps have just admitted that Blackie Martin, convicted murderer, made his escape from state prison early this evening, just a few hours before his scheduled execution.
Holy cow, Race.
Prison officials finally released the story when local police disclosed that Judge Robin Dexter, who presided at Martin's trial and who sentenced the bank hold-up killer to the electric chair, was found dead in his chambers at the courthouse just a few moments ago. At the time of his sentence, Martin swore in the courtroom that he would escape and kill the judge and jurymen and the witnesses who appeared against him. Stay tuned to this station for further development.
All right, Mark, turn it off.
Oh, brother, that Blackie Martin is sure out to pay off. He ain't wasting no time.
No, he isn't.
Means a lot of people wouldn't be sleeping tonight even if it was cool. How would that guy after him? He said he'd get his wife for turning against him and Graham, the columnist, and holy cow, Race. You. He said he was going to kill you, too, for bringing him in.
Yes, Mark. I'm sure I'm right up near the top of Blackie Martin's list. You better drive me home. A man already convicted of murder doesn't have much to lose. I kept thinking of that as Mark drove me back to town. Martin had strangled a bank night watchman, and another life or two either way wasn't going to make much difference to him. But by the time I got home, most of my thoughts concerned the pleasure of sleep.
Welcome home, Race.
My uninvited guest was seated comfortably in an armchair near an open window. He appeared to be completely relaxed, except for his right hand. It was clasping the .45 very tightly, and I could see the blue veins pulsing in his clenched fist.
Surprise, Race?
Well, not exactly, Blackie. The radio has been giving your exploits complete coverage.
I didn't like it up the river.
You shouldn't have been so impatient. You were going out tonight anyhow.
I'm the lazy type. I'd want to walk that last mile. It's too warm to be electrocuted.
You may find it even warmer here. There's a dragnet out for you, all over town.
I'm not in it yet. And stop vegging near that desk. If you want to sit down, sit over there. Where I can watch you.
Thanks for the hospitality, even if it is my own home.
I want some information, Race. Where's my wife, Lola?
I don't know. I haven't seen her since your trial.
Now, she isn't singing at any of the clubs around town, not any of the ones she used to play. I've been checking them on the phone while I'm waiting for you. I got something to settle with that dame.
I understand she plans to get married again, Blackie, after you're eliminated.
Married to someone else? What are you giving me?
She's been seen around with Walker Graham, the columnist who covered your trial.
Oh, so that's it. That's why she spilled the story of that bank job to the yellow paper he works for. What's that?
Don't get jumpy with that gun. It's only the phone.
All right. I'm used to the sound. There's no phone service at that hotel up the river. All right. Answer it. And be careful.
Hello.
Hey, Ray. You hear the latest news report?
No, Mark. What is it?
I just want to let you know so you can sleep good, see? You don't have to worry about Blackie Martin.
That's very interesting, Mark.
The cops have got the courthouse district bottled up tight, see? They're sure he's still in there someplace, so don't you worry, pal. You're safe.
Hey, thanks. I'm feeling a bit faint until you reassured me. Tell me, Mark, did you ever finish that mail order course you were taking on hypnotism?
Well, yeah, sure, why?
I was just wondering if you could give me some instructions on how to hypnotize a man with a .45 automatic in his hand.
Oh, well, you're looking right.
I warned you, Race.
Hello, Race, hello. Race!
Come on, Race. Come on, snap on it. You all right?
Yeah, it feels like I have two heads. Yeah, but I'm alive.
Oh, what happened?
Blackie Martin. He was here when I got home. Tried to tip you on the phone, and he sandbagged me.
Oh, brother. I wonder they didn't try to polish you off. That would have made it score 3 for the night.
3?
Yeah.
You mean there's been a second murder?
Yeah, that's right. His farmer's stick. Heard on the air driving over here.
What did he get?
Nobody on the list. It's an old lady, Mrs. Chikowski or something like that. Scrub woman on the 4th floor of the courthouse. Found her in a broom closet, shot, just like Judge Dexter was.
Well, she must have heard the shot in the judge's chambers and went in to investigate.
Or she saw the killer in the hall and he knocked her off before she could raise a howl.
Well, Mark, call one of the news commentators and find out where Mrs. Chikowski lived and if she had any family. Then you can drive me out there.
But, Ray, she wasn't connected with the trial. She was just an innocent bystander who got it in the neck.
I know, Mark. That's why I'm curious. Very curious. There are some people who die without reason. And Mrs. Chikowski, the old scrub woman, had been one of them. Talking to her daughter wasn't easy.
But why? Why would anybody want to hurt my mother? She never hurt nobody. She was a good woman.
I'm sorry, Miss Chikowski, but other people are in danger, too. I need your help to protect them.
What can I tell you? What do you want to know?
All about your mother. Who she knew, any friends, enemies, anything.
How could she have enemies? She works all night scrubbing in the courthouse ever since she came to this country. And in the daytime she would sleep or stay around the house always.
And she had no friends at work?
I don't know. Nobody who ever came here. I don't think so.
Why not?
Well, she couldn't speak no English. You see, we always talk Polish at home.
Oh, but you speak English well enough.
My father brought me here when I was 12 years old. And Mother, she only came from the old country 4 months ago.
Only 4 months ago, huh?
Yes. When my father died, I sent her his insurance money to come here. And she went to work in the courthouse. That's all there is. That's all I know.
Naturally, your mother couldn't read or write?
No. Not even in Polish. She had no education at all. Why? Why did they let that man escape to kill my mother?
That's one of the answers I'm looking for, Mr. Kowski. Because I don't think Blackie Martin killed your mother. I don't think he's killed anybody. Yet.
Look, Grace, it's all right for you to have a hunch, see? But when you tell me that you don't think Blackie Martin has anything to do with the murders at the courthouse, well, it don't make sense.
Well, there are a lot of things about this case that don't make sense, Mark.
But, Race, you always told me a murder's gotta have a motive. Now, you tell me, who else had a motive for knocking off the judge? Answer that.
Well, I can't answer that at the moment. Right now, I want to make sure that all the possible victims are alerted.
Oh. I made up a list of their names and addresses while you was in there. I'll take you to the places one by one, see? And this house up the block should be our first stop.
Mm-hmm. Who lives here?
Let me see. Timothy Aloysius O'Brien. He was the foreman of the jury.
Come on in with me.
The house is dark, Race. It's midnight, you know.
Well, just the same, O'Brien should go to the police and ask to be taken into protective custody until this is over. Ring the bell.
Yeah, all right. No sign of life. Maybe you already went to the cops.
Well, let's make sure.
All right. Hey, they did it. Look. Oh, light went on the back of the hall, look.
O'Brien sleeps the deep sleep of the pure of heart, considering his place on a list of people who might never wake up again.
Here he comes now.
No, what do you want?
Now, my name is Race. Blackie Martin's escaped from prison, and you may be in danger. I want you to go to the police station and stay there until he's caught.
Can you walk me up for that? Look, if the police want to protect me, let him send a man over and he can sleep on the doorstep.
All right, O'Brien. I can't force you into it, but don't open the door so easily if anybody else should come calling tonight.
I'll be so sound asleep I won't even hear him. And good night.
Good night.
Good night.
He's Irish.
You'd better drive me to the precinct station house, Mark. I'll ask them to send a man over right away. I wish I knew where to find Blackie's wife, Lola, though. I'm sure she's number one in his hit parade.
Oh, maybe she's singing in one of the smaller joints, huh? Hop in.
We can make the rounds of a few spots later on in.
Hey, what's that?
Shots inside the house. Come on. Knocking won't help this time. Smash it in. Right. Better must be back here where the light went on before.
This must be it.
Yeah. Light a match, will you, Mark?
Yeah. Is it bad, Rick?
Right through the chest, Mark. He's dead.
Hey, I heard something move.
That's the match.
All right.
Keep your eye on that drape at the window while I... Look out, Mark!
We'll return to the adventures of Frank Race in just about 1 minute. And now, back to the adventures of Frank Race.
One of the bullets had hit Mark, and he fell in front of me, blocking my dive for the bulge behind the drapes. By the time I recovered, the person responsible for the murder of O'Brien was gone. I picked Mark up, piled him into his cab. My speed picked up a cruising motorcycle cop, and in a matter of seconds, he was transformed into a flying escort for a city emergency hospital. I'm sorry you stopped that bullet, Mark. It was meant for me.
It's all right. Better my shoulder than your head, Frank. Look at Blackie when he fired.
No, he got clean away.
At least it should wash up your idea that somebody else might be doing the killing. There's Dexter and then O'Brien. That ties up with only one guy. That guy's Blackie Martin.
Well, it does narrow the field down. If it isn't Blackie, it's somebody else connected with the case. There's one big question that still needs an answer.
What's that?
Blackie had me cold turkey at the apartment. When I'm on his list. Why didn't he pay me off?
Well, maybe he passed you up once, but he just tried to make up for it. And you better make sure he doesn't kill you when you're trying to prove he didn't kill the others.
Here's the hospital. Emergency ramp. That's us. With the aid of the motorcycle cop and a young doctor, I got Mark into the operating room. I showed the cop my credentials and explained the setup. He left to make a report while the doctor went to work on Mark.
Hey, lay off the ETH if you can, Doc. Will you? Makes me sick.
All right, we'll try a local. That'll help, son. I'll cut the clothes away.
Mark, try to think. In driving around town, haven't you seen some sign of Lola Martin singing someplace?
No. Maybe she changed her name, huh?
Lola Martin?
Oh, yes, Doctor. Did you ever hear of her?
No. There's a girl named Lola singing at the Tiger Room. A hangout that the interns frequent over on 10th Avenue.
Yeah, redhead? On the curvaceous side?
On the curvaceous side, all right. But a blonde. That could be peroxide, though. Ready for the meeting?
Yeah, I'm ready if you are.
It'll take hold in a second. We can probe for that slug.
Oh, boy. That's Lola at the Tiger Room, Race. You better get going. You still got some time.
No, wait until the doctor finishes with you.
How's the shoulder feel now?
Numb.
Good. It's going to hurt you some anyhow.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, almost got it. Okay. Yeah, there we go.
Mark, boy.
He's passed out for a minute, that's all. Here's the slug. 38 caliber.
Well, so it is. My hunch is paying off.
What was that?
The last I saw of Blackie Martin, he was carrying a .45. Tell my friend that when he comes to. Some of the patrons of the Tiger Room looked like interns, but the rest looked like they might be in the business of turning decent citizens into ambulance cases. The singer on the floor was Lola Martin, all right. She was just finishing a song, so I took a seat at a corner table.
Hello, Race.
Well, Walker Graham, the Manhattan Tattler. What brings an ace columnist to this den of iniquity?
I'm worried about Lola with Blackie on the loose.
You ought to do some personal worrying. The tip you printed was one of the things that helped send Blackie on that one-way trip. At least it was supposed to be one way.
I know it, but what about you? You brought him in.
Yes, but I didn't start wooing his wife as soon as they threw him in the cooler.
Well, I can't leave Lola without protection.
I'll see that she gets home safely.
Would you, Race?
Sure.
I hope you don't think it's yellow of me to take a part of it.
What I think of you isn't important.
She'll be back here in a moment. Tell her I got an important call, will you?
Sure. I'll tell her you went to play ping pong with Blackie.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Race.
Don't mention it.
Wow. Mr. Race, how nice. Where was Walker heading in such a hurry?
I think he heard the Grim Reaper swishing his sickle. Want to sit down?
Thanks. Order me a pink lady, will you?
Waiter. Pink lady for the lady.
And now, a cigarette.
There you are.
Light.
Would you like my wristwatch?
Walker Graham usually takes care of these little things. Not that you aren't a pleasant substitute.
You flatter me.
Walker became quite attentive after Blackie's trial. But you're the one I was hoping I'd see again.
If you want to see anybody again, you'd better take yourself out of circulation until Blackie's taken back into custody.
I can't.
Want me to tell you why?
All right, Race. Why?
Because the money that Blackie stole was never recovered. You and Walker Graham have it stashed away someplace. You've got to be out moving around to make sure that neither Blackie or the police get to the money.
You're smart, Race. But this town is too hot for Blackie to be on the loose much longer. There are a lot of people he wants to get to. I'll take a chance that he doesn't get to me before he's caught.
I've got news for you, Lola. You're Blackie's number one target. He isn't going to bother with anybody else until he gets to you.
That isn't what the news reports tell me. He's kill crazy.
If you mean Judge Dexter and O'Brien count Blackie out, he didn't kill him.
Who told you that?
A murdered scrub woman. Because if Blackie had killed the judge, Mrs. Dukowski would still be alive.
Why? Suppose she caught him there. She could be a witness against him.
A man already convicted of a murder wouldn't be afraid of a witness to a second murder. Mrs. Dukowski wasn't even in this country when Blackie was convicted.
What are you trying to prove?
That she wouldn't have been able to even recognize him. She couldn't read. So she couldn't have read about him.
So?
So whoever she saw leaving the judge's chamber was somebody she'd seen before. Somebody she knew.
Like me, for instance.
You saw Judge Dexter after the trial. You visited him a couple of times, had dinner with him.
There's no law against that.
No. You were known around the courthouse.
I don't have to listen to you, Ray.
And only a moment ago you were so happy to see me.
I hope Blackie sees you next. I really hope so. Good night, Mr. Ray.
Lola Martin stalked out of me before I could stop her, so I called Ed Levis, police lieutenant friend of mine who happened to be in charge of the manhunt for Blackie Martin. I told him where he could locate Lola, and I went home and turned in. I slipped fitfully into...
Come on, Race. Wake up. Wake up, will you?
Well, you look happy, my perforated friend. How's your shoulder?
Fine. And I am getting a chuckle out of having the laugh on you for a change. Look at this newspaper extra which I just picked up.
Oh, you know I can never focus my eyes before breakfast. What's it saying?
Says that you are wrong about Blackie Martin. He shot and killed his wife Lola in the Times Square subway station at 2 a.m. this morning in front of 20 eyewitnesses.
Let me see that, Mark.
Oh, sure. Have at it.
They finally paid her off.
That's what it says, Maestro. And furthermore, there was just a flash on the radio. The police have Blackie staked out in an empty warehouse over by the waterfront.
Well, look, let me jump into some clothes and you can drive me over there.
Well, here we are, Race. This is the finish for Blackie.
There's Walker Graham. Come on. Hello, Graham.
Huh? Oh, hello, Race. Well, got Lola after all.
I know. I'm sorry.
We're going to be married. I guess this winds it up, though. Won't hurt anybody else.
Where is he?
In the cellar of that building. It's full of storage bins, and he's got the doorway covered. They've sent for equipment to smoke him out.
Who's in charge?
Lieutenant Levis. Here he comes now.
Hello, Graham. Race?
Hello, Lieutenant.
Hello, Ed. Looks like you're having a little trouble.
Oh, I could get him if I had to, but why should I risk losing a man? He can't get out.
What are the orders? Shoot to kill?
I don't like it, but that's it. He's dangerous.
Ed, I want you to do me a favor. Pull back your police line to the other side of the street and let me go in after you.
You tired of living, Race?
Oh, you know I'm not an idiot, Ed. I'm playing a hand.
Well, all right, Race. I'll chip in with you. Say, Sergeant, come on, move those men back. All right, move back there. Well, there you are, Race. It's all yours.
No, don't do it, Race. He'll kill you for sure.
What a column this will make.
Well, you see, Mark? You wouldn't want to spoil Graham's column, would you? See you later.
No, wait.
This is Frank Race, Blackie. I'm coming down to talk to you.
Come on. Make a wonderful target when you come through that doorway.
Yep. There you go. You missed me, Blackie. I'm in, and you can't see me any better than I can see you. There's no light with that door closed.
I'll find you without a light, Race. I'll find you and I'll kill you.
Maybe. But you're a cinch to die in here unless you listen to me.
All right, Race. I'm listening. I want to talk.
Here's my proposition, Blackie. I want you to...
Hey, he's been down there a long time.
I'm afraid Blackie got him as he went through the door. Smoke equipment is here now.
Hey, more shots.
Hey, look. Cellar door, it's moving.
Keep that door covered, man.
Hold your fire up there, Ed. Race.
All right, nice work, Race. Come out. Hold that crowd back there, man.
Hey, look. Look, he got Blackie's carrying him out.
Let's get this body into the warehouse office, Ed.
Right. Come on, Donovan. You can come in, too, Graham. And call your paper.
Yo, the boy's heavy. I'll dump him here until the wagon comes.
Thanks for a great story, Race. I better call before deadline.
Hold it a minute. The story's bigger than you think.
What do you mean?
Who would a man try to kill first, Graham? A judge who was only doing his job, or a wife who double-crossed him?
Well, I guess Lola was the main one, but he got to the others first.
No, he didn't. Because Blackie didn't kill the others. The person who killed the others had to kill Mrs. Jakowski, too, because she recognized him. It was somebody who went to the courthouse every day. Somebody like you, Graham, covering the beat for your paper.
What motive would I have for killing Judge Dexter?
Because you thought he was wise to you and Lola. That's why she was shining up to him. You figured the other murders would make the police redouble their efforts to get Blackie and shoot him on sight.
You haven't got a shred of proof, Race.
Not yet. But I think you have the proof on you. 38 caliber gun, the gun that killed 3 people. See, Blackie Martin's gun was a 45.
All right, jeez.
Here's that gun. Now move back, all of you.
Grab that gun, Graham.
I said move back, Lieutenant. I know how to use this.
Let's be smart, Lieutenant. Do like the man says.
I'm going out that door. Don't try to stop me.
Well, don't leave without saying goodbye to Blackie. He's right behind you. And he still has that 45.
Dead men don't worry me, Race.
I ain't so dead.
What? I should go.
Drop that gun, Graham, before I put a slug through you.
Nice going, Blackie. Now you might as well give the gun back to me since it isn't loaded.
Why, you
I was hoping you'd try that.
Well, Race, we won't have much trouble taking him in. Thanks, Blackie. But you still have a date with the electric chair yourself.
I'm ready. I don't mind now. As long as I know that Graham is going to be practically sitting in my lap when they turn on the juice.
What went on down in the cellar, Race?
I knew Graham was guilty. I knew Blackie didn't want to die and let Graham get away. So I sold him on this little act.
Oh, brother, for my money, you get the Academy Award.
Thanks, Mark. Well, let's get this unconscious Oscar to the police station. Lovely hot day. No, I'll never catch up in my sleep.
The Adventures of Frank Race, starring Tom Collins with Tony Barrett as Mark Donovan, comes to you from Hollywood. Others heard in tonight's cast were Lillian Baeff, Michael Ann Barrett, Mark Lawrence, Lou Krugman, and Dick Ryan. This series is written and directed by Buckley Angel and Joel Murcott. The music is composed and played by Ivan Ditmars. Be sure to be with us again this time next week for another dramatic chapter in the Adventures of Frank Race. Art Gilmore speaking. This is a Bruce Ells production.
Welcome back. Some pretty good twists and turns in this episode. And a surprising outcome in that the escape killer will get the death penalty, as were some of the people who he was hunting. Well, now we turn to listener comments and feedback. And Cassie comments, love the podcast. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it. And thanks so much for listening. I do want to remind you that coming up in January, which we're only 2 months away, Saturday, January the 5th, the premiere of The Lineup as our 6th show. And also, I encourage you to follow our Old Time Radio Superman show, available over the iTunes. And you can also go to laserandsword.com to apply. Well, this is the last episode of The Fat Man. Join us next Tuesday. We will be bringing you Call the Police. And we'll talk a little bit about the Fat Man movie after we get into today's show. Today's episode is Order for Murder, originally broadcast May the 23rd, 1951.
Stay tuned for tonight's adventure with the Fat Man. Perhaps you don't believe in the kind of ghost that's supposed to haunt houses, but there are other kinds ghosts of words once spoken, ideas once held, personalities once present. They linger in our memories, and a walk in our nation's capital past the time-hallowed buildings which have witnessed so much of America's history can revive them. These are the memories, the all-pervasive ghosts of Washington. But for those of us who are unable to visit the Capitol, the same warm familiarity with the heroes of America's past is possible through the program Mr. President. Starring Edward Arnold, Mr. President, too, brings history to life. Tonight on ABC.
There he goes. He's stepping on the scales. Weight, 237 pounds. Fortune, danger. Who is it?
Brad Runyon, the fat man. Crime, like death and taxes, is always with us. As long as there are crooked politicians and ambitious racket guys, the answer will be graft. If rich women continue to be careless with their jewels, there'll be headline robberies. And until somebody can change human nature, hatred in a heart and a gun in a hand will always add up to murder.
The American Broadcasting Company brings you, in part transcribed, the adventures of Brad Runyon, the Fat Man, starring J. Scott Smart, an exciting and fast-moving criminologist who tips the scales at 237 pounds. Tonight's adventure, Order for Murder.
I'd been in Washington, D.C. that day, finishing up a job, and a friend of mine who lived some 40 miles south toward the Maryland coast had asked me down for the weekend. I hadn't seen him in several years. Since I had my car, I decided to go. I ate dinner before leaving and cleared Washington just after dark. The traffic dwindled off gradually, and 30 minutes later, I was rolling along a dark, deserted stretch of road on the Maryland side, not far from the Potomac River. I must have when the motor of my car suddenly sputtered and died. I got out, but I couldn't find the trouble. It was a warm night, and back in the woods, a chorus of frogs were really whooping it up. I lit a cigarette, tried to remember the last house I'd passed, then saw the headlights of a car coming toward me. I stepped out and waved my lighted cigarette up and down.
What's the trouble?
My car broke down. Can you give me a lift into the nearest town?
Not going that far.
Well, do you live out here?
No?
Or I can use the phone.
Get in, I'll take as far as I'm going. At the house, I'll drop you off.
Well, don't they have a phone where you're going?
I wouldn't know. Get in if you want to ride.
Okay, thanks.
Hey, mind lighting a cigarette for me?
Yeah, keep it in your mouth. I'll hold the match for you.
Huh?
Here you
Sorry, I should have warned you about the scar.
Well, I didn't mean
That's all right. Come on, hold the match for me.
Here.
Well, go ahead. Ask me how it happened. I'm used to it. 7 years is a long time.
The war?
Yeah, out in the island. That sweet, lovely, wonderful war. Maybe you know.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, it was great, wasn't it? More fun. So funny, I thought I'd die, you know? My name's O'Reilly. Johnny O'Reilly, and I'm not a kid. You couldn't tell by the face, could you?
No, I guess I couldn't.
Remember that name, mister, because you're probably going to be seeing it in the papers soon.
Why?
I got a lot out of that war, but I didn't get any medals, and I should have got one, too, the big one. I didn't get it. Somebody else got it. You know who got it?
Who?
A major got it. Tie that if you can. A major back of the lines who let me do the work and then took the credit. I was hanging on in a hospital for more years than I like to remember.
Why didn't they try plastic surgery?
They did. 5 times. The best they could do. It was really fun. It's a long time coming back. But I'm back now. 7 years, nearly.
You were in the hospital 7 years?
Yeah, that's right.
Why didn't you protest when they gave this major the medal instead of you?
I did. It didn't do any good. In a way, I'm glad now.
Glad?
Yeah. I'm going to make another protest in my own way. Now, as far as I can take you, I'll turn off down that little road over there.
Oh, thanks for the lift.
It's a pleasure. Give me somebody to talk to.
Mind if I give you some advice?
No, I don't mind.
Forget the war. Make the best of things as they are.
Just what I'm going to do, mister.
The river's down that way, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anything else?
Yeah, a major lives down there. Gonna pay him a visit.
I stood there watching the taillight of his car quickly fade out of sight down the little dirt road. It really wasn't any of my business, but the guy sounded upset enough to do anything. The least I could do was to try and stop him. I wondered how far it was to the river and started walking fast down the little dark road. I'd gone about a mile when the road turned off to the right, and I could see the Potomac River through the trees. The road now ran parallel to the river, and 5 minutes later I saw the lights of a house up ahead. It stood well back from the road in a clump of trees and fronted on the river. There were no cars in sight. Beyond it, a couple of 100 yards, was another house. I started toward it when suddenly, down in the woods between the two houses, I saw the flicker of a small light. Flashed on, moved furtively around, and went out. I pushed into the woods and walked cautiously toward it.
George, they come. They're down there in the graveyard. I just saw... You're not George.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to frighten you.
Who are you? Are you one of them?
One of who?
The spirits who are coming for the Major.
Major?
Yes, Major Smith. I knew they'd come. I knew they'd hear me. And now he'll suffer. Now he'll pay for his wickedness.
Does the Major live in that house?
No. That's my house. He lives over there beyond the graveyard. At least he did live there, but he won't live there anymore. Not after tonight.
Miss Nancy! Miss Nancy, where are you?
Here I am, George. Over here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, what you doing out here, Miss Nancy? You catch cold.
George, I saw them. They were down there in the graveyard.
Who's this man?
Why, I don't know.
My name is Runyon. I'm looking for Major Smith's house.
You're a friend of his?
No, I've never even...
But I hate him. I hate him. I never want to...
Please, Miss Nancy, please. You go on up to the house, Miss Nancy. I'll speak with this gentleman.
Yes, George. Yes, George. Anything you say.
For her?
You get... See, she ain't quite right in her head, but she don't mean no harm. Mr. Smith coming here to live after all these years and bringing a new young wife with him just sort of set it off again.
Why does she hate Major Smith so much?
Well, years ago when Miss Nancy and Miss Smith was both young folks, they was engaged to get married. But he changed his mind at the last minute and left Miss Nancy waiting at the church. He run off with another woman.
What's all that crazy talk about spirit?
Oh, that's just an idea she's got. That little graveyard over there belongs to the Smith family. Miss Nancy thinks his ancestors is coming out of the ground and taking him away.
Mm-hmm, I see. This young wife of Smith's, she isn't the one he ran off with when he left Miss Nancy, is she?
Oh, no, that one died a long time ago. This is a new one. And if you ask me, he's going to be sorry he ever laid eyes on her.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, she don't love him at all. They say she only married him for his money, and she'd like to get that just as soon as possible.
The old man turned and left me standing there in the woods. I looked down toward the graveyard, but no more lights showed in the darkness. I went back to the road and walked quickly toward the Major's house. Just as I reached the gate, I heard a car coming along the road behind me. I stepped behind a tree and waited. The car stopped near the gate. I saw a man and woman sitting in the front seat. As I watched, they melded into a long embrace. Then the door opened, the woman got out. She said something in a low voice to the man, and the car swung around and disappeared up the road. The woman turned and started up toward the house. As she came abreast of me, I stepped out from behind the tree.
Oh, you startled me.
Don't be frightened. I'm not going to hurt you.
Well, who are you? What are you doing in my yard?
Do you live here?
Of course I live here. I'm Mrs. Smith.
You're Major Smith's wife?
Certainly.
Was that the major who just let you out of the car?
You saw us?
It wasn't the major, was it?
No, it wasn't. Who are you?
My name is Runyon. I'm a private detective.
So, my husband hired you to spy on me. All right, I'll save you some trouble. There is another man, and there always has been. I never loved Edgar, and he knew it. He was no good from the start. That's why he was court-martialed and discharged from the Army. But if he wants to get rid of me, he's going to have to pay plenty. Now, anything else you want to know?
Mrs. Smith, your husband hasn't hired me. In fact, I've never even seen him.
Well, then why are you here? What do you mean by...
Just a minute. I met an upset guy on the road tonight, and he hates Smith. I think he may try to kill him. Sounded mad enough to be convincing. That's why I came here. Is your husband at home?
Why, yes, at least he was when I left several hours ago.
Well, come on, let's go inside.
Very well.
The guy dropped me back on the main road and headed in this direction.
He was in a car?
Yes, but I don't see it anywhere. Oh, does Smith have a gun?
Yes, he has several of them.
Good. Hold it.
What is it?
Look there through the French doors.
Is that the man?
Yeah.
He's got a gun.
Yeah, he's covering your husband with it.
What'll we do?
Those French doors are open. Can you enter the front door without making any noise?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, take your time, go inside. Then go around and open the door to that room. Open it fast and loud.
What are you going to do?
I'll slip over by those open French doors. When the door opens, he'll turn around and I'll grab him from behind.
Well, suppose he shoots when I open the door.
Don't step into the room. Just bang the door open suddenly. Mrs. Smith nodded silently and started for the front door. I eased over to the house and stopped in the shadows beside the open French doors and listened to Johnny taunt the major.
How do you like it, Smith? How do you like sitting there waiting, knowing you're going to get it in a minute?
You're insane. You're a madman.
Yeah, I'm plenty mad. Been boiling in me for 7 years. You probably don't recognize me, but the name is O'Reilly, Smith. Remember Johnny O'Reilly?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm talking about a certain night in the islands during the war.
What? Okay, Johnny, that's enough of that. Come on. Drop that gun.
Drop. Not a chance.
Drop it. Grab the gun, Smith. Grab it.
Try this for size, fatty.
Stop him. Stop him. He'll get away.
No, let him go.
Give me that gun, you coward. I'll stop him. He's gone. Oh, you let him get away.
But I couldn't help it, Phyllis. I couldn't seem to move.
Mr. Runyon, are you all right?
Yeah, I think so. You need me in the stomach, knocked the wind out of me.
He got away. It was my husband's fault. He could have stopped him.
Where's his gun?
Here it is.
Give it to me.
What are you going to do?
Your husband and I are going out there and find that guy.
Who are you?
Never mind that now. Your wife says you have some pistols. Where are they?
Here in this drawer.
You take one and give your husband one.
All right.
And you stay here. Come on, Smith.
Well, do you think it's wise to go out there?
We've got his gun.
Yes, but he might have another one.
Polish up that medal you won, Smith. It's time you earned it. We left Mrs. Smith in the house and went out into the grounds. The moon had come up and we could see fairly well in the dark. We circled the house once, saw nothing, and walked down the road toward the graveyard.
Here's the graveyard. Do you suppose he's hiding here?
He's hiding somewhere. We didn't hear his car drive off. I think he...
What's wrong?
Look.
What on earth?
Somebody's been doing some digging.
The grave. It's been opened.
Yeah, not very long ago either. This pile of dirt is fresh.
That explains the light you saw.
Yeah.
I don't understand this. The coffin's still in the grave, isn't it?
Yes, still down there.
Why would anybody want to open this grave?
Maybe Miss Nancy isn't so crazy after all, Smith. Maybe somebody's just making room to add another coffin. Hey, hold! The shot came from, but it hadn't been fired from close up. Smith clutched at his breast and then toppled forward into the open grave. I jumped down beside him and turned him over. His shirt front was covered with blood and his eyes were wide open. He'd never win any more medals or make any more enemies. He was dead. I crouched there beside him for nearly a minute, but nothing happened. And then I climbed out of the grave and started quickly back toward the house where we'd left his wife. Suddenly, I heard somebody moving through the trees ahead of me. Stopped and waited. Steps came closer. Stopped 10 or 15 feet away.
Mr. Runyon? Oh, Mr. Runyon, where are you?
Over here, Mrs. Smith.
Oh, Mr. Runyon. I heard a shot a minute ago. I thought... Where's my husband? What's happened?
He's dead, Mrs. Smith.
Dead. Then that man did have another gun.
I'm not so sure about that.
What do you mean?
Your husband wasn't a very popular guy. There were a few other people around who might have liked to see him out of the way.
Are you trying to say that man didn't kill my husband?
No, I'm just saying it's possible he didn't.
Are you intimating that I...
Maybe. After all, you admitted to me tonight that you didn't love him, that you only wanted his money.
Well, that's true. I never loved him. And I did marry him for his money. But that's no crime. Lots of women marry men they don't love for that reason.
But they don't all have another sweetheart on the side.
My husband knew there was another man. I don't think he even cared.
He might have refused to give you a divorce.
That may be, but you're all wrong about this. I didn't shoot my husband.
You had a swell chance to do it. We left you in the house alone. You could have easily followed us. You had a gun. Where is it?
It's here in my coat pocket.
Let's see it.
Very well. Here. Well, are you satisfied?
Well, it hasn't been fired.
Of course it hasn't.
There's one other possibility, though.
What?
The woman who lives in that other house down the road.
Miss Nancy?
Yeah. She hated your husband and was prowling around out here in the dark when I arrived.
Surely you don't think she did it.
Did it? And somebody dug up a grave over there a little while ago. She was rambling on about spirits coming out of the ground to punish her husband.
Sounds fantastic.
It is. But we'd better go have a talk with her. And we've got to call the police.
Yes, but my husband, he's still lying out there.
We can't help him now, and the police won't want the body to be touched. We can call them from Miss Nancy's house.
There's a light on in the living room. She doesn't usually stay up this late.
Wait a second.
What's the matter?
Look over there across the road in that clump of trees.
A car.
Yeah, it's the one O'Reilly was driving.
Well, then he's still here. It must have been he who killed him, Mr. Runyon.
Go on, let's have a look at that car. Stay behind me. He may be hiding inside.
All right.
O'Reilly, if you're in the car, you better come out with your hands up. O'Reilly. Okay, I'm coming after you. Well, the car's empty. He's not here.
Are you sure it's his car?
Positive. He picked me up in it tonight.
What are we going to do?
I've got a hunch he'll be showing up soon if he hasn't spotted us. We better get back in those trees and wait. I took Mrs. Smith by the arm and drew her into the shadows. We stood there silently, waiting. 10 or 15 minutes passed, and nothing happened. I looked up toward Miss Nancy's house and saw that the light was still on in the living room. Suddenly, I felt Mrs. Smith's hand grip my arm. I held my breath and waited. Then I heard it. Somebody was moving stealthily toward the car. A second later, the figure of a man stepped into view. I slipped O'Reilly's gun out of my pocket and moved toward him. Freeze, O'Reilly. I got you covered.
Huh?
Don't move or you'll get a bullet in your back. Now put your hands up.
Okay. What are you looking for?
A gun.
I haven't got a gun.
No, not now you haven't. Where'd you throw it away, O'Reilly?
Throw it away? You didn't throw it away. You took it away from me at Smith's house.
I mean the second gun, the one you shot the major with.
I didn't shoot him, Runyon. I swear I didn't. Sure, I came out here to kill him, but I didn't do it. I couldn't have done it because I didn't have a second gun.
Why did you hang around here? Why didn't you beat it when you left the house?
I was afraid of trying to make a break for the car, so I hid for those woods over by the graveyard. I was hiding out there when you and the major found that grave and started talking about that crazy woman.
Did you open the grave, Riley?
Of course not. I heard the shot and I saw Smith take that nosedive into the hole. Waited until you left and then tried to sneak over here to my car.
You're lying. You killed my husband.
Okay, O'Reilly, start walking.
Where we going?
To call the police and have a chat with Miss Nancy. You remember me?
Why, yes, sir. You're the gentleman who was down in the woods earlier this evening.
That's right.
Well, who are these people?
Murder suspects. Where's Miss Nancy?
She's gone to bed. She's asleep. Did you say murder?
Yeah. Now, please wake Miss Nancy up.
Who's been murdered?
Major Smith. Where's Miss Nancy's room?
Right over there. She sleeps on the ground floor.
Okay, wake her up.
Yes, sir. Miss Nancy. Miss Nancy. That's funny.
Open the door and get her up.
Miss Nancy.
What's wrong?
She's gone. Miss Nancy ain't in here.
Let me have a look in there.
George, I did it. He's dead. I killed. What are these people doing here, George?
Miss Nancy, they say that...
Just a second. Who's dead, Miss Nancy?
Why, the Major, of course.
How did you know?
How do I know? I know because I killed him, and I've just seen his body in the grave.
You killed him?
Certainly I killed him.
What did you do with the gun?
Gun? What gun?
The gun you shot him with.
I didn't shoot him. I didn't have to. For years I've been praying to them, but they wouldn't listen. So tonight I decided to help them.
Oh, it was you who opened the grave.
Yes. Yes, I dug, and finally they were freed. I went out just now to see if they'd gotten him, and there he was, dead, and in the grave. In the grave. Dead.
Dame's off a beam, Runyon. She know what she's talking about.
You're right, but she's harmless. She hasn't killed anybody. Neither of you.
Right, I told you that.
I don't understand.
Maybe this will help clear it up, sweetheart. You killed the Major, and O'Reilly here put the noose around your neck a few minutes ago.
I did?
That's right. You told us you were hiding near the grave when we found it tonight. You heard the Major and me talking about Miss Nancy, so you had to be pretty close to us because we were talking quietly. The shot that killed Smith came from 40 or 50 feet away, so it couldn't have been you who fired it.
But you saw my gun. You know it hadn't been fired.
That gun hadn't been fired, but you told me the Major had several guns. Very simple matter to carry two guns and toss one away after the shooting.
You're wrong.
No, I'm not, sweetheart. The other gun will cinch it when the police find it. The important thing to know is we have to look for it.
I tell you, I didn't
Hold it,
do it.
O'Reilly.
Okay, now behave, lady.
Hands off of me.
Where's the phone, George? I've got to put in a call to the police and tell them I've got a murderer out here for them.
Fat Man, starring J. Scott Smart, in part transcribed, was directed by Clark Andrews. The script written by Richard Ellington. Heard on tonight's show were Vicky Vola as Phyllis and Jimmy McCallion as Johnny O'Reilly. The music was conducted by Bernard Green. Listen next week to another exciting adventure of the Fat Man.
Welcome back. Well, more of an okay episode compared to some of the other ones. A little bit of a different opening sequence, but overall, I'm definitely going to miss the Fat Man, and it's been great to bring you all the existing complete episodes over these past 10 weeks. And the movie, I think, is special as well. You do get to see a little bit of the talent of J. Scott Smart on display with the dancing and the acting. But it also was an early showcase for Rock Hudson and Julie London. And in some ways it was modeled a little bit on The Killers, which it was a movie where Edmund O'Brien was the detective, but the leading man and the focal point through most of the movies was the guy who had been murdered, who was played by Burt Lancaster, and they accomplished that through flashbacks. Well, speaking of the Fat Man, I did receive an email from Joan Richards, who comments, I came across a show on one of my other podcasts, Radio America. I downloaded it from iTunes, and the actor who plays in The Fat Man is playing in this Charlie Chin show. And I'm sending it to you to have a listen, and I appreciate that. I'd heard the episode before, but I'd not drawn the connection, but I listened to it. And J. Scott Smart does indeed appear as a police detective in a Charlie Chan radio mystery. And Charlie Chan is on our list to play. We've got to work a few things out. There's actually only one American episode of Charlie Chan, that half-hour one. There are a few incomplete serials out there. But we have that on the list to play, so we've not heard the last of J. Scott Smart. Well, that will do it for today. Join us on Wednesday for Let George Do It. And then we will be back next week in a week with Call the Police. I do want to let you know, Andrew Rhines, who produces our sound, was once again nominated for the Podcast Awards in the Culture and Arts category. You can vote for Andrew's podcast in the Podcast Awards at podcastawards.com. Also, I do want to encourage you to pick up your copy of All I Needed to Know I Learned from Columbo. It's available in ebook and in most of the popular formats, including for your iPad, for your Nook, for your Kindle, and if you've got another type of format, you can go to smashwords.com. In it, we take a look at the careers of 7 great detectives of television, radio, and literature, and we examine life lessons that can be garnered from their stories. It's a lot of fun. I actually have an idea. We might do a sequel. We'll talk more about that another time. Now it's time for today's episode of Let George Do It. This one is actually marked low quality, but I know Andrew Rhines will do all he can. So let's go ahead and take a listen to The Darkest Shadow.
Personal notice. Danger's my stock and trade. If the job's too tough for you to handle, you got a job for me, George Valentine. Write full details.
Standard Oil Company of California invites you to Let George Do It. In just a moment, we'll begin tonight's adventure of George Valentine. You know, with spring right around the corner, now's a good time to put spring in your driving with a tank full of Chevron Supreme gasoline. It's the gasoline that gives you all 8 high-performance qualities in correct balance. Quick starting, fast warm-up, anti-dock, vapor lock prevention, economy mileage, full power, smooth acceleration, and area blending. Yes, for all-around performance, for all-around driving pleasure, fill up with Chevron Supreme gasoline at standard stations and independent Chevron gas stations, where they say and mean, we take better care of your car. And now, tonight's story, The Darkest Shadow, another adventure of George Valentine.
Mr. Stedtler, I want you to make out my will.
Your will?
Yes, please don't ask any questions.
Why, you're only a child. How old are you, 20, 21?
Age doesn't make any difference. If you don't help me, I'll have to go to someone else.
Now, wait a minute. As your lawyer and executor of your father's estate, I have a right to know what this is all about. You see, Randall, you're standing on the threshold of life. You're in love, engaged to be married. Will, death.
What kind of thinking is that?
Mr. Sentner, please, you're not my psychiatrist. Please make out my will. Don't cross-examine me. I'm not on the stand.
Lucy, stop this. I said stop this. Now, Lucy, we can talk this over. You've always impressed me as a girl with both feet on the ground. What's the matter?
I'm going to die in 3 days.
Miss Davis? Miss Davis!
Yes, Mr. Sentner. Oh, I didn't know Miss Randall left.
Here, incorporate these facts in a standard will form. Send 1 copy to Miss Randall and file the other.
Oh, will? For the young Randall girl?
Yes, file it.
I'm sorry. It just seems strange.
I didn't mean to bark at you, Miss Davis. You're quite right. It's more than strange. Will you phone that fellow, the one with the ad in the paper, George Valentine, and ask him to come in and see me as soon as he can?
And you have no idea why the girl should talk about dying, Mr. Sentner?
No idea at all.
I'm dying in 3 days. Why 3 days?
That's just it, Miss Brooks. Why? I checked with the Randalls' personal physician. He says there isn't a thing wrong with her health.
The Randalls, they live in that big ornate place on Seminole Boulevard, don't they?
That's right. Just Lucy and her older sister, Agnes. The father and mother have been dead for quite a number of years. Fine old family, one of the pioneer families of the city.
Well, Mr. Sentner, just how do you think we'll be able to fit into this?
I don't really know exactly. I thought I might take you along with me to the Randall home. Say you're another lawyer, perhaps, an associate. You might be able to size up the situation better than I.
Well, that might be an idea.
Didn't you mention that Lucy's engaged to be married?
That's right.
Do you know the young man?
Just by name. Bill Cabell.
George, he might be able to throw some light on this whole mystery.
Yeah, he might at that, Brooksy. Well, look, suppose you try to locate him and sort of have a talk with him.
All right.
Mr. Sentner and I will see you back here after we've seen the Randall sisters.
Agnes, Mr. Valentine and I made this visit especially to see your sister.
That's very kind of you.
Well, you say you have no idea of what's behind Lucy's visit to Mr. Sentner this afternoon. Don't you think someone ought to try and find out? Perhaps be able to help her?
I told you, gentlemen, Lucy is not feeling well.
Yes, I know you told us. Agnes, you've ruled your sister's life pretty well, haven't you?
I don't know what you mean by rule. I've tried to take care of her. After all, I'm older than Lucy. Why did you really come here tonight, Mr. Sentner?
To help, of course.
Father used to say you never did anything without a purpose.
Your father was a very astute man.
I think it's happened. Just as you said it would. The door locked and jammed. Lucy, my dear, we have visitors. Locked and jammed, you hear? Oh, Mr. Sentner.
Hello, Lucy. This is a friend of mine, Mr. Valentine.
Lucy?
Mr. Sentner, have you ever felt as if you were in a dream? Tried to open a door and you couldn't? You're a boy, Mr. Sentner, I'm sure. Fingers at all. Agnes, everything you said came true. You said I'd hear voices, and I did. Strange voices that no one else could hear. And that awful cold feeling that comes over me.
Lucy, what are you talking about?
Yes, Lucy, tell us about the things you're feeling here.
No, stop it, all of you. I think you two better leave. My poor sister is quite upset. She ought to rest. Rest a long time. Good day, gentlemen.
Thank you, Miss Davis. You're sure there was nothing else in the files on the Randall estate matter, huh?
Yes, Mr. Sentner. That was all.
Well, I learned a lot. And at the same time, very little, didn't I?
I told you there was nothing complicated or important about the distribution of the Randall fortune. 1/2 to each sister. Lucy's will directed that her money go to specifically named charities.
Father died in a train accident 8 years ago, along with some dozen other poor souls. Mother died 11 years ago in St. Catherine's after a lingering illness. I wonder what that lingering illness was, Mr. Sentner.
Huh? Oh, I guess we could find out by checking the records. But, Mr. Valentine, I fail to see what...
George, I'm so glad you're back.
All right, Brooksy, take it easy.
Come on in, Bill.
Yes, Miss Brooks. Bill? Oh, Bill Cadell, Lucy's fiancé.
Yes.
Yeah. Lucy's fiancé.
Okay, Bill, let's have it. What's this all about?
Well, it's Lucy, Mr. Valentine. I'm so crazy about her, I don't know whether I'm coming or going. She felt the same way about me, too. That is until...
Go on, Bill.
Until what?
Well, about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Mr. Valentine, she's changed so completely. She's so morbid, so emotional. Not at all like her real self.
What happened 2 or 3 weeks ago?
Well, I'm not sure. If I didn't know Agnes so well.
Agnes?
Oh, well, it's ridiculous. Agnes is a swell person. Matter of fact, she used to be my girl for a while. In the series, we went to school together. Lucy was just a long-legged kid with braces on her teeth in those days.
How did Agnes feel about your engagement to Lucy, Bill?
Go paint. She had a big party for us.
Then what do you know about Agnes?
I
This
can't...
is no time to play gentleman, Bill.
Well, I don't really know, Miss Brooks. Nothing tangible. It's just that when Agnes and Lucy are together, there's something ugly in the air.
Ah, I know what you mean.
I've been trying to call Lucy all day. She won't speak to me. I don't know what to do, Mr. Valentine.
I think I'm going to try and manage to see Lucy alone.
What? Who are you?
Hello, Lucy.
Oh, it's you.
Yes, I'm George Valentine, Mr. Sentner's friend. Well, aren't you going to ask me to come in?
Yes, of course. Agnes isn't at home. She went out shopping.
Yes, I know, but I wanted to talk to you alone. Can we go up to your room?
Certainly, but
But what?
I'm afraid of my room, Mr. Valentine. The door, I can never open it. Something inside of my mind won't let me. You were here the last time it happened, this afternoon, remember? My hands seem to freeze and I can't move them.
Did Agnes tell you something like that would happen?
I don't know. Yes, but she always knows. She remembers everything Mother went through before
They committed her to the asylum.
Yes, the darkest shadow. That's what Agnes calls it. How did you know that my
I
mother...
checked and found out that St. Catherine's wasn't just a hospital.
Can't you feel that awful cold that follows me?
But it is cold in this house, Lucy.
But Agnes told me she keeps the fires going full blast. She's never cold, but I'm always cold. Just like Mother was 3 days before. 3 days. First it was 10 days, Mr. Valentine. Then 7. 5. Now it's only 3.
Wait, Lucy. I'd like to take a look at this door. It does stick a little.
Oh, it's not the door, it's me. Don't you understand? It's inside of me.
Let's see this lock. That's funny.
Agnes.
Wax in the lock. If I could dig this out. Yes, I'll have to get at it from the other side. That's got it. Ah, this door won't jam again. Nothing metal about a piece of wax. Look what it's done to that poor child.
What are you doing, Mrs. Valentine?
Oh, surprise.
Agnes, he just wanted to talk to me. I couldn't help letting him in. I couldn't help it, honestly, sister. Mr. Valentine, you see what you've done to her by disobeying my orders. Now I want you to leave this house.
What I've done, Agnes? No, it's a lot of other things. Little things like this piece of wax.
I never saw it before in my life. Get out of this house. I don't like sneaking and prying. And tell Mr. Sentner he's not our lawyer anymore. 3 days. Only 3 days more.
Your sister needs help. Lots of help, Agnes.
She needs nothing. No. No. No.
All right. Thanks for your cooperation, Agnes.
Agnes, you must help me. Don't Don't let anyone take me away.
Oh, he's in control.
But I'm acting exactly as Mother did those last few days before they took her to...
Lucy, you might steady down and listen.
Ever since you told me, every day I wait, knowing what's going to happen. Knowing that I'm going mad and waiting for the symptoms. Just stand by me. So help me with this. I'll kill myself before I let them put me away.
In just a moment, we'll return to tonight's adventure of George Valentine. You know, if you were to stop 5 cars on the road today, you'd find 4 being gradually chewed to pieces from the inside in a way their owners would never suspect. If your car's like most cars, the manufacturer installed an oil filter to strain out sludge and grit and keep them from going back into the engine. Oil filters don't require much attention, actually only once every 6,000 miles. Then it's time to get a new oil filter element, and unless you do, your oil filter becomes clogged and useless, so the filter can't work, any more than a vacuum cleaner can when the dust bag is jammed full. That's why it's a good idea to have your car saver check your oil filter element. If more than 6,000 miles have passed, your filter is full of dirt and sludge and due for a change. Car savers will be glad to install the Atlas Micronic filter element that's correct for your car. One more thing. Now's a good time of the year to be getting ready for warmer weather. So drive in soon for a friendly car saver checkup at any standard station or independent Chevron gas station where they say and mean, we take better care of your car. A 20-year-old girl comes to her attorney and insists that he draw up her will immediately. The reason? None, except that she expects to be dead in 3 days. Well, you join the lawyer, Mr. Sentner, in trying to solve the mystery. But even if your name is George Valentine, all you seem to be able to find is that there's a deep and hidden secret between the girl, Lucy, and her older sister, Agnes. You and Brooksy have watched the Randall sisters go out for dinner and have sneaked into the gloomy and rambling old house.
This way now, Brooksy. When I was here before, I noticed a big old-fashioned desk in the library.
Sneaking into people's houses has been known to send people to jail, Dad.
Yeah, but in this case, we can't afford to be too squeamish. Besides, if we get caught, we'll let Sentner do some work. And for all, we're in this thing because of him.
Well, I'd better pull the brakes in here before we turn on the light.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Thanks, Angel. Well, this may be as much of a dud as the other places we looked in, but... Oh, great.
Locked?
Yeah. Well, maybe that's a good sign. Well, we shall use a little persuasion.
The days of good honest workmanship. Oh, they sure dealt things solid those days.
Yeah, and bully for them, too, but we'll try again. And again.
Oh, Dad, you wonderful.
Nothing. Well, let's see. Apparently Alice's desk. Tax receipts. Photo on fur coat. Insurance policy. Lucy's birth certificate. Wait a minute. That's odd.
What's odd?
Lucy was born in Wilkins Landing.
So what?
From what Sentner told me, I thought she was born right here in this very mansion. Come on, let's talk to our friend Sentner.
No, Valentine, it doesn't make sense. Why should a rich woman like Mrs. Randall go to a small resort town and have her baby there when she could have all the best care right here?
I don't know, but there's the evidence.
She had no family there, no friends.
Well, Sentner, you do some more checking into this birth certificate business here in town.
What are you going to do, Valentine?
I know it's not the season for bathing, but Miss Brooks and I are going to take a train up to Wilkins Landing. Landing. They don't wait till 10 o'clock to roll up the pavements. They don't even put any down.
That must be Dr. Withers' house. Yes, there's the shingle.
Good.
George, I still have a feeling we were followed on that train.
Oh, now, Angel, look. You got a glimpse of a man in a long black coat with a hat pulled down over his eyes. He was the only one besides us who got off here, but we can't just go looking for him, can we? Wait a minute.
Well, bless my heart. Strangers, eh? Well, what can I do for you folks? I'm not a practicing doctor anymore. Been retired for a year now. Keep that sign for old time's sake.
Yes, well, I'm George Valentine, Dr. Withers, and this is my assistant, Miss Brooks.
Hello.
Glad to meet you. Gotta say it twice, seeing there's two of you.
Well,
come in, folks, come in. You'll catch your death of cold standing there. I wouldn't be tipping me off like that, but I'm not practicing anymore. Well, I'd like to make you folks some coffee. My housekeeper's not here, and I'm all alone.
Yeah, well, that's quite all right, Dr. Withers. We're just on a short business call.
Yeah.
About this birth certificate. This is your signature, isn't it?
Just a minute. I'm putting my glasses on. Yeah, reckon it is. What about it?
Then you brought Lucy Randall into the world.
Yeah, well, I did that all right.
Were you alone at the time, Doctor?
No, the mother was there.
The mother? Yeah, well, that's not exactly what I mean, Doctor.
I know what you mean, son. Yeah, there was a nurse. Wilma Dowdy was her name.
Was there anything strange about the birth, Dr. Withers?
Strange? No, nothing strange. Perfectly normal, natural birth.
Was Mrs. Randall a patient of yours before then?
Yeah, I reckon I'd better not talk about that.
But, Dr. Withers, please, I can't go into all the explanations now, but believe me, it's very important that we know.
Well, it's been 20 years. See no reason I shouldn't tell you. And I guess it don't make no difference now. One of the strangest cases I ever had. It gave me a lot to think about for a long time after that.
Go ahead, Doctor, please.
Yes, that's the back door. Tarnation, who could it be this hour of the night? I'll be right back there, folks.
Looks like we're on the right track, Jerry.
We're definitely on the right track. If what I suspect is true, Angel...
George!
Dr. Withers! You stay here, Brooksy. Dr. Withers.
Somebody shot me, young fella. Let's see. Wilma Dowdy.
Dr. Withers will be all right, Angel.
Oh, that's fine.
But he won't be able to talk to anybody for at least a day, maybe more. And we can't take a chance on waiting.
Wilma Dowdy?
Yeah, she's next. Let's hope we get to her before the man in the long dark coat.
I'm sorry about Dr. Withers.
Is that all you have to say, Mrs. Dowdy?
I told you I know nothing about Lucy Randall's birth.
It's of the utmost importance you tell us what happened.
And it's of the utmost importance to me that I live.
But I told you, you're in no danger. The sheriff has a man stationed right outside. He'll stay with you until this whole thing is cleared up. Now, look, you must realize there's a poor girl going mad, and you're the only one who can help her.
I don't remember a thing. It's been such a long time ago.
Mrs. Dowdy, you're a selfish woman who shut herself away from humanity so long that she's forgotten there are other human beings. Human beings she owes something to.
But, Mr.
Now,
Valentine...
listen to me. You've forgotten that you're a nurse. You once took a sacred oath. Perhaps you no longer remember the words, but you couldn't have forgotten the ideals.
No, I haven't forgotten. That isn't the point.
That's the whole point. Here's a young girl, only 20 years old. She's just starting in life, engaged to be married, happiness ahead of her. But Lucy's slowly but surely going mad, being driven mad.
Did you say it's Lucy who's going mad?
Why, yes.
Oh, tell me everything, Mr. Valentine. Everything.
She has only a few hours of sanity left. So let's not waste time, Mrs. Dowdy.
I never thought I'd tell anyone. Never. Only Mrs. Randall and Dr. Withers and I knew. One day, Mrs. Randall came here to Wilkins Landing and gave Dr. Withers this proposition.
Don't leave me alone like this. Alone in this dark, cold house. Agnes, please.
I'm right here, Lucy.
Agnes, why did you leave me alone like this? Where were you all night? For hours and hours I was here all by myself.
I didn't leave this house at all. I told you I had a migraine headache, Lucy. I was sleeping in my room. I locked my room because I didn't want anyone to disturb me.
No. Early this morning, I couldn't stand it any longer. I went to your door. I pounded on it. I screamed for you. Here, look at my hands. They're scratched and bleeding.
You didn't do it on the door. You imagined it, didn't you?
No.
You imagined everything. Do you hear?
Now let me go, Agnes.
Answer me.
Yes. Maybe I did imagine it.
I wanted to spare you this. But I'll have to be honest with you now. I talked to Mr. Center and Mr. Valentine last night. That's where I went.
Why? I begged them not to send you away. But they wouldn't listen to me, Lucy. They're coming for you any minute now. No, Agnes,
I can't protect you any longer.
I've tried, but I can't. Don't let them, Agnes. Don't.
They're going to lock you up, Lucy.
Please.
They're going to lock you up. Put you in a straitjacket, bind you hands and feet. And you won't be able to move. Won't be able to protect yourself. Not even kill yourself. And you lie there day after day, night after night, just with a horror in your own mind. The darkest shadow. This is your last chance, Lucy. Look, Lucy. You see what's there? A gun. You can still save yourself.
I'm afraid. I'm thinking only of you. Because you're my princess. I don't want to see you suffer as Mother did. Suffer horribly, endlessly. Yes.
Take the gun, Lucy. Go on.
Yes.
Take the gun, Lucy.
Yes.
Go ahead. Just pull the trigger and it'll be over in a minute.
Lucy.
Don't come near me, Mr. Valentine. Stay away.
Drop that gun, Lucy.
Please, dear, please.
Go on, Lucy. Pull that trigger. Don't come near me.
Sorry, but you asked for it.
I've got it, George.
Good.
Agnes, save me. Take me away.
Nobody's going to take you away, dear.
That's right. Now listen to me. Here. Look at this birth certificate, Lucy. You're not Agnes's sister. You're an adopted child.
He's lying.
Mr. Valentine, I don't understand.
There's no insanity in your family, Lucy. Agnes has been trying to drive you mad.
He's lying.
Mrs. Dowdy told us the whole story. A young girl in Wilkins Landing was going to have a baby, and she couldn't take care of it.
Stop that. Now you stop it.
Mrs. Randall went to Wilkins Landing and lived there 6 months waiting for the birth of this child. Only Dr. Withers and Mrs. Dowdy knew what she had in mind. When Mrs. Randall came back here, she passed you off as her own baby.
No! But why did she adopt a child 5 years after Agnes was born?
Mr. Randall wanted her to. He knew from the time Agnes was a few years old that she could never be any stronger mentally than her mother.
I'll kill you! I'll kill all of you!
No, you aren't going to do anything to anybody else.
I'll kill you!
When we came into the house, there were muddy footprints in the hall. Those footprints led to a clothes closet. In there, we found a long, dark overcoat and a slouch hat. We also found a pair of shoes, muddy shoes. The same kind of mud you see on our shoes. That mud came from a little country road leading to Dr. Withers' house.
I like my mother. Why should Luther be like wrong? I like my mother. I like my mother.
I'm afraid the last act will have to take place in Mr. Sentler's office. Long before we could say that heavy-duty RPM motor oil doubles engine life, the time between major overhauls due to lubrication, there had to be proof. Hundreds of motor oils were tested in the laboratory and on the road. Atomically treated piston rings were installed in test cars to measure actual wear as it occurred. And now heavy-duty RPM users are sending in performance facts that back up every claim ever made. One cab company, for example, reports that heavy-duty RPM actually reduced engine wear in its cabs 71%. Salesmen and people like you and me are sending in similar reports. So why take chances? Get heavy-duty RPM motor oil for your car at independent Chevron gas stations and standard stations, where they say and mean, we take better care of your car.
And you'll find attached herewith the deposition from Dr. Wilbur Johnson, head of the State Lunacy Board. You fill in the rest, Miss Davis?
Yes, Mr. Sentner.
And see that you take care of all the Randall papers that need notarizing.
I'll do that. Right away. Poor Agnes. The darkest shadow.
Yeah. Well, she'll be better off where she's going, Brooksy. After all, she did try to kill not only Lucy, but Dr. Withers.
I still don't see why Agnes was so anxious to keep Lucy's true identity secret.
As the doctor tells me, she was jealous. Jealous of Lucy and of Bill. And I guess there were other motives, too.
Well, we'd better get going. We don't want to be late for the wedding. Mr. and Mrs. William Cadell.
Valentine, I'm very grateful for what you've done. And Lucy? Well, she insists she's going to name her first baby after you.
Well, that's great.
As a matter of fact, she wanted to do something for me, too, Jimmy. Before I told her what to do.
Yeah?
She's going to throw the bridal bouquet where I can't possibly miss it. Don't you sort of him now?
Tonight's adventure of George Valentine has been brought to you by Standard Oil Company of California on behalf of independent Chevron gas stations and Standard stations throughout the West. Robert Daly is starred as George with Virginia Gregg as Brooks. Let George Do It was written by David Victor and Jackson Gillis and directed by Kenneth Webb. Virginia Eiler was heard as Lucy, Lorene Tuttle as Agnes, Ted Osborne as Sentner, Junius Matthews as Withers, Roland Morris as Bill, and Barbara Lee Benton as Miss Davis. The music is composed and presented by Andy Dunstetter. Your announcer, John Heaston. Listen again next week, same time, same station, to Let George Do It. Let George Do It is heard overseas through the worldwide facilities of the Armed Forces Radio Service. This is the Mutual John Lee Broadcasting System.
Welcome back. Well, a story where I think we had everything really other than the motive was kind of obvious. It was, in one way a very disturbing story. This has probably been one of the more nutty characters they've, disturbed, I think is a better word, disturbed characters that they've had on the series yet. A pretty scary type of scenario here. But thanks to George Valentine, turns out for the best. All right, well, now we do turn to listener comments and feedback. Art writes in, Adam, it is great the way you've set up the podcast with a different detective every night. I listen to them at night to get to sleep. Being that they are on my iPhone, they play all night long, which is wonderful when I wake up 3 or 4 times a night. I download all 53 episodes of Box 13 because I really like Box 13, but playing them one after another is very hard to take. Your format is perfect, Art. Thanks so much, Art. And I did find that, because initially what I planned for this show was that we would do one show 5 times a week till it was all done. And you tried that with Pat Novak for Hire, and that wouldn't work too well, particularly since people who might like Pat Novak for Hire might not be into 5 days a week of Sherlock Holmes. So this was a good way for us to find that balance. And James comments, I'm so glad I found your app. Also, finding the Fat Man a real joy. WAMU from Washington, D.C., a old-time radio program every Sunday night from 7 to 11. Your programs are wonderful additions. Many of the programs I remember from my youth. Thank you, Jim. Well, thanks so much, Jim. And I've heard of that program quite a bit. I'm one of those venerable pioneers in bringing old-time radio to life, and we definitely salute them. All right, well, that'll do it for today. Join us back here tomorrow for Sherlock Holmes. And then next Wednesday, another episode of Let George Do It.
Well, today's episode is brought to you by the financial support of our listeners. And I especially want to thank Mike, who sent along a nice donation, and we will send access to our premium site, as we do with all donations of $7 or more. All right, well, now it's time for today's episode of Sherlock Holmes, The Adventure of the Hangman and the Book.
From New York City, the makers of Clipper Craft clothes for men and more than 1,200 leading retail stores from coast to coast present Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's immortal character, the world's most famous detective, Sherlock Holmes, starring John Stanley. This week's story, The Adventure of the Hangman and the Book.
It's rather chilly out here in the park, eh, Holmes? Good thing the gendarmes brought along torches. It's terribly dark.
This way, Watson. Follow the inspector.
There, Monsieur Holmes. Just before you. In the torchlight.
Aha. The dead body, hung from the limb of the tree and dancing grotesquely in the wind.
Not every man has the broad shoulders and slim, tapering waist of an athlete, but it's a fact that men who wear Clippercraft suits look like they do. That's the result of careful Clippercraft styling, of design that emphasizes good points and minimizes bad ones. You don't ordinarily find such styling in $45 suits, but a Clippercraft worsted suit at only $45 gives you styling plus expert workmanship and fine quality materials. It's the same with Clippercraft topcoats at from $40 to $47.50. Clippercraft clothes actually look like they cost much more, and they would, except for the fact that over 1,200 established independent local merchants pool their tremendous buying power to get them for you at such low prices. Compare Clippercraft clothes yourself. Put on a Clippercraft suit and a Clippercraft topcoat and see how good you feel. Your friends will all say, "Gee, but you're looking swell." And you will be. Now, Dr. Watson, we await our rendezvous with the adventure of the Hangman and the Book.
It was at the turn of the century, Mr. Harris. The enormous pressure of work upon Holmes had become too much for him. He suggested we steal away to Paris for a week of relaxation. Holmes and I were in Paris at our hotel when this criminal began his operations. It was at the Bon Temps bookstore, a world-famous Parisian shop noted for its collection of rare works. In the cellar beneath the shop was a thin, drawn, nervous young chap, Albert the clerk. He was poking about the bookshelves with a candle in his hand. Then suddenly he heard footsteps. He looked up, terribly frightened.
Who is it? Who's going down?
I am, Albert.
Oh, Monsieur Bontemps.
Didn't I forbid you to come into the cellar?
Yes, you did. I had to know the secret. I had to know what you kept down here.
I ought to thrash you, snooping about when I forbade it. I told you I did not want anyone in this cellar. I won't allow my own wife. I won't allow the lease down here. Let alone a miserable, sniveling clerk. How long have you been here?
Just a few minutes.
Long enough to look about, eh? To see what I keep here.
No, I'm terribly sorry. My curiosity got the best of me. I'll never do it again. You won't punish me, Monsieur Bontemps?
We shall see what I'll do about you, Albert. We shall see.
Is the shop closed, Marcel?
Yes, Alice, darling. Going out again for the evening?
I am.
You have left me here alone every night this week.
Don't be tiresome. You know I'm bored to distraction when I'm home with you.
Then I'll go out with you. I'll take you wherever you wish.
Marcel, we've gone over this so many times. Help me find my jade earrings like a dear, won't you?
You're staying home tonight, Alice.
Oh, stop pawing me. Let me alone.
I am so loathsome to you.
Yes, you know you are. You never did attract me, you know that. I've told you before I married you for prestige and financial purposes. You accepted that. Now you insist upon being as romantic as a schoolboy.
Stop it. I don't want to hear that. I can't stand that.
You insist upon forgetting that you are more than 20 years older than I am, Marcel. You You refuse to face that. You're old and withered and repulsive.
Albert, my clerk, is more appealing to you, isn't he?
Oh, nonsense. Where did you get that notion?
Don't lie to me. I've seen you together. After you thought I left the store, I saw you take him upstairs to the apartment.
Just to chat.
Oh, really?
Get out of my way, Marcel. I'm late. Go downstairs, to the cellar. To whatever fantastic secret down there intrigues you so.
If you go out again tonight, Alice, I'll put an end to it. I won't be disgraced and thrown aside this way. I've some pride, although you've used every device on earth to destroy it.
Let's not quarrel, dearest. Here's a kiss for you. Now, help me find my earrings, won't you?
All right, Alice. Anything you say.
Alice, wait.
Yes, Albert.
I ran after you to ask if I'll see you tonight, Alice. I waited for you at the cafe last night, but you never came.
I shan't see you anymore, Albert. Except at the shop, of course. On business.
You what?
Marcel knows about us. We must stop.
But you can't just dismiss it.
Oh, yes, I can.
I risked my job because of you. I risked Marcel dragging me to court, possibly putting a knife into me.
We've had some rather pleasant times together, Albert. Now suppose we forget them. You're capable of that.
Oh. You're going out with another man, aren't you?
That does not concern you. Let go of my cape. Go back to the store. Marcel will be upset.
Do you think you'll ever come to the end of it, Alice? Do you think you can go on forever like this?
Albert, call me a carriage like an angel.
You wouldn't be very attractive to other men, Alice. Lying in the morgue with your neck broken.
Oh, Albert, that's impetuous. That's very, very foolish. Go on, sweet. Call me a carriage. Who is there? I saw you behind that tree. I know you've been following me through this park. If you don't stop, I shall call a gendarme. I said I know you are behind that tree. I can see your silhouette. Oh. So you will show me who you are. I might have known it would be you. What are you doing with that rope? You've made a hangman's noose of it. Let go of it. My throat. I can't breathe.
We of the Sûreté, the French police, we are delighted to have you with us in Paris, Monsieur Holmes.
Thank you, Inspector.
Your accommodations here at the hotel are satisfactory?
Quite.
We were very comfortable, Inspector. Enjoying our visit immensely.
Superb, Dr. Watson. I am happy you have relaxed, Monsieur Holmes, because, 1,000 apologies, the relaxation is over.
Precisely what do you mean, Inspector?
Just a few moments ago, a gendarme discovered the body of a woman hanging in the Tuileries. She had been hung to a tree by a rope.
Routine police matter.
Ordinarily, Monsieur Holmes, yes. However, the case is most extraordinary. The woman was the wife of Marcel Beautin, the distinguished owner of the Beautin bookshop.
Really? I know Marcel. Remarkable shop, one of the best. Marcel and I correspond frequently.
Monsieur Holmes, the journalist will create a great crisis over the death of Madame Beautin. I must find the killer immediately. I need your help, monsieur.
Have you questioned Marcel, her husband?
Well, as best we could. He is grief-stricken.
Where's the body?
Well, I have closed the Tuileries, Dr. Watson. I have ordered that the body be left, hanging from the limb, exactly as it was found. It awaits your arrival, Monsieur Holmes.
Very wise, Inspector.
Oh, then you will help us move toward the solution?
I will arrive at the solution, my dear Inspector. Watson, a cab to the Tuileries.
It's rather chilly out here in the park, eh, Holmes? Glad the gendarmes brought torches, too. It's terribly dark.
This way, Monsieur Holmes. You may see the guard we have stationed about that huge tree. Yes. And there, in the torchlight...
Aha. Swaying from the limb of the tree, the body of Alice Bontemps.
Horrifying sight.
Let's have a closer look, shall we? Inspector, has Marcel, this dead woman's husband, any notion as to how this occurred?
Oh, he is too ill. He is prostrate. It will be a few days before we can question him thoroughly.
What is it, Holmes? What do you see?
I see, my dear Watson, that I must pay a visit to Monsieur Charles Guillaume, the eminent French publisher.
Yes, what on earth does he have to do with this grisly crime?
More than he would imagine. In the obscure records of that publisher, there's a forgotten entry which contains a clue as to who is responsible for this homicide. That entry speaks the name of the criminal, just as if this dead body before us were whispering it too. Whispering the killer's name as it executes a macabre dance in the moonlight.
It's pleasant to shop in your local Clippercraft store, wherever you live, because your Clippercraft merchant is an established, substantial hometown businessman who is anxious to win and keep your friendship. To please you and give you more value for your money, he has joined with over 1,200 outstanding merchants in a vast pool of buying power to make Clippercraft values possible. Clippercraft genuine worsted suits for $45 and Clippercraft topcoats for $40 to $47.50 would not otherwise be possible. For Clippercraft quality is the traditional quality of New England, the same careful craftsmanship that built the famous Yankee Clippers, from which Clippercraft clothes take their name. You can trust Clippercraft clothes, and you can trust the men who sell them. That's why men who know insist on Clippercraft clothes bearing the Clippercraft label. So be sure to visit the Clippercraft store in your city.
These leading stores in the metropolitan area are proud to add their names to Clippercraft in your suits and topcoats. In Manhattan, John Wanamaker Men's Stores, Broadway at 8th and 67 Liberty Street. Saks 34th, Broadway at 34th. In Brooklyn, Abraham and Strauss. In Newark, New Jersey, Boulevard Men's Shop, Kresge, Newark. And in Jamaica, the B&B Clothes Shop, 16408 Jamaica Avenue.
Now, Dr. Watson, shall we return to the adventure of the hangman and the book?
Well, Mr. Harris, after Holmes examined the body of Alice Bontemps in the Tuileries, he noticed a small detail he would not disclose. Next morning, he dashed to the offices of Monsieur Guillaume, the publisher. He returned with a Cheshire cat's grin that indicated he was close to his prey. Then some time later, we visited Monsieur Bontemps at his bookshop. The shop was dismal, dilapidated, funereal. Indeed, a frightening place. Monsieur Bontemps came toward us.
Monsieur Holmes, I am honored.
I hardly expected to see you on this trip, Marcel. You know Dr. Watson?
You have mentioned him to me frequently. Delighted.
How do you know?
You have heard of my tragedy?
Yes, Marcel. Could you recount what occurred the evening of your wife's demise?
She left me here to visit someone. She seemed untroubled, so I allowed her to leave and did not escort her to where she was going. Evidently, on her way home late that night, she chose to walk through the park, the Tuileries, alone. I would say she was attacked by a night prowler. She resisted him. He did away with her. I was awakened by a gendarme who brought the terrible news. You have a theory, perhaps, Monsieur Holmes?
Perhaps. I see you still have a magnificent collection of books.
Oui, certainement.
Is this your entire stock here in the shop?
Yes. Our apartment is upstairs. Our books here.
And below the shop?
The cellar is locked, Monsieur Holmes. We have not been to the cellar in many years.
Anyone work for you here, Monsieur Bontemps?
I employ a clerk, Albert.
Where is he?
That is a problem. He did not report for work these past 2 days.
Were your relations with Albert on a pleasant basis?
Not entirely.
How long has he been in your employ, sir?
Oh, approximately a month.
What trouble have you had?
I do not like to place the young boy in a bad light, but I have reason to believe he was more than fond of my wife, Alice.
I see. A chat with Albert, then, might be very enlightening.
Please, Monsieur Holmes, I am not accusing the poor clerk.
You have his address?
27 Rue Cerise. Albert Joliot.
Come, Watson.
To talk with the boy?
Yes. Perhaps this romantic young clerk, in his leisure moments, is a hangman.
Holmes, what's our next step? His landlady said that Clerk Albert hasn't been home for a few days.
We shall return to the Bon Temps bookshop, Watson.
Yes, we've been there.
Oh, we shall return much later this evening. Midnight, I should say. When the owner has left, we shall again visit the mysterious bookshop.
But, Holmes, you looked at it.
There is one spot we did not see. By far the most interesting, too.
What spot is that?
When I inquired about it, Bon Temps turned white. He trembled.
What spot, Holmes?
The cellar, Watson. We shall pay a midnight visit to the cellar.
There's the door to Bon Temps's cellar, Holmes. It'll be locked, of course.
That is why I brought a few instruments with me, Watson, to force the lock. Childishly simple for me. I've made an extensive study of continental locks.
Well, here we are. Now...
Quietly, Watson. I shall work at the cellar door and keep an eye out.
Yes, right you are.
Shouldn't take but a moment. See anyone? Hear anyone?
No, all clear. Go on.
Simple lock. Just another moment.
I hear someone, Holmes. Coming down the street.
I must finish.
Hurry, Holmes, you'll be seen.
One more second. There we are.
Good.
Quickly, the door.
Yes.
Follow me. Careful. Rickety wooden steps.
Righto.
Match, Watson. Light the candle we brought.
Yes, certainly. Holmes, what do you expect to find down here? Good Lord. I've never seen so foul and musty a place. You see the rats?
The answer is here, Watson. The answer must be here.
Yes, but what sort of shocking secret lies in this cellar?
I'm looking for it.
For what? Listen. Someone's down here.
That direction, Watson. Left. Bring the candle.
I am not afraid of the dark, Mama. But why is it dark at night? Tell me why it is so dark at night, Mama.
It's the clerk, Albert. I know him from his landlady's description. He's been tied up, Holmes. Look, he's bound to that pillar there.
Yes, so he has, and apparently he's gone insane.
Yes, by Jove, yes, look over his head. Isn't that a form of ancient torture?
It is the water method. Accomplished in this case with a large pitcher and a funnel, which is replenished now and then by his captor. Albert was bound to that pillar, but a steady drip of water strikes his head, and he's gone mad. Tortured also by the darkness, by hunger and thirst, and the huge rats against which he's been defenseless. Untie him, Watson.
Yes, of course. Just 1 minute.
The water.
There we are.
The water doesn't stop, you see. Only your mind stops. Rats are cruel animals. Perhaps not as cruel as men. They enjoy human flesh.
He must be rushed to a hospital. Maybe years before his sanity is restored. A pillar.
Water is a colorless compound of hydrogen and oxygen. It is very helpful to man. It is beautiful. In the form of mighty oceans, lakes, and rushing rivers. It has many uses. All of them essential to life.
Where are you going, Holmes? What are you looking for?
There we are, this shelf.
What is it?
A book, faded to illegibility in parts, very dusty.
A book?
The book, Watson. Though not outstanding in this surprising collection, I see.
You mean you originally stole into this cellar simply to find that book?
Yes. Now we must find Marcel Bontemps immediately.
I will spare you the effort, Monsieur Holmes.
Not very hospitable of you, Marcel, to greet us with a pistol.
I'm familiar with your reputation, Monsieur Holmes. I realized you would become suspicious, so I've been waiting for you with this pistol, which I shall use.
You have come to put more water in the pitcher of my head, Monsieur Bontemps. Please, no more water.
May I ask, Monsieur Holmes, what book intrigues you so?
This work in my hand is entitled Rare Techniques in Homicide. It includes an exact reproduction of a Persian manuscript written in the time of Darius I. The subject of it? Techniques of torture and murder used during the Peloponnesian Wars.
Holmes, why that book?
When I observed Marcel's wife hung to the limb of the tree, Watson, I noticed she'd been tied with a special knot. I recognized it immediately. It was the very peculiar knot for garroting, described in the Persian manuscript. There was just one place on earth where that knot is described. In this book. I knew there were just 2 copies of this work left in the world.
I see you have one at Baker Street, I dare say.
Of course. I therefore asked Guillaume, the publisher, an expert bibliophile, where the other copy was.
He told you I had it, Monsieur Holmes?
Yes, he did. Therefore, I paid you a visit. to look for it. I've found it, Monsieur Bontemps.
That, unfortunately, does not prove that I am Alice.
Why not?
Because Albert, my clerk, gibbering there in the corner, could have read it too. He has been to the cellar before. I found him here prior to the night of the murder.
Yes, Marcel, when I saw the knot, I immediately realized the killer must either have been you or Albert, your clerk. But Albert could never have read this book and learned to tie the fatal knot.
Why not? He was here. He had access to it.
Observe the book, sir. It's faded to the point of being illegible.
He still might have read it before it's faded.
Could he? Call upon your excellent knowledge of printing, sir. Has it not been at least a year since this type was legible? Look at the pile of dust accumulated upon this book. Has it not been at least a year since the book was touched at all? And did you not say to me yourself that you've employed Albert for only a month?
Remarkable, Holmes.
Marcel, you executed the contents of the book to the letter. The book relates that the ancient punishment for adultery was physical death for the wife. So you murdered Alice. And the punishment for the lover was more subtle. It was mental death, torture to the point of insanity. So you pounced upon Albert, tied him to that post in this cellar, and arranged your diabolical water pitcher. Yes, you've been deeply affected by this amazing collection of books.
You see before you, gentlemen, the great secret of my cellar, which I've concealed all these years. Every book on the subject of crime ever written.
I noticed you've the secret records of Caligula, of Torquemada during the Inquisition, the blood-stained memoirs of the Borgias.
This was my real world down here. The world upstairs, my shop, my wife. I was unhappy there. This began as a hobby, an intellectual pursuit, but then I grew to absorb it, to revel in it.
Yes, I'd say you've become intoxicated with crime.
Time and again I was tempted to try committing a crime. It was always in the back of my mind. Then, when I found Alice was making a puppet of me, when I found how she hated me, when I found out about her and Albert...
You satisfied your desire and accomplished what you believed was justice by enacting what you read in this strange book.
And now I've a wonderful opportunity to know the satisfaction of committing a great crime, Monsieur Holmes, of killing both of you, and then leaving Albert as I planned to rot away in that corner of my cellar in living death. My own memoirs will be a glorious new addition to my collection.
He'll do it, Holmes. He's going to pull that trigger.
My leg.
Are you all right, Monsieur Holmes? Dr. Watson?
Yes, Inspector?
I am coming down.
I have Bontomp's gun. Here, Inspector.
Oh, it was very foresighted, Monsieur Holmes, to tell me to come by should you meet Bontemps unexpectedly.
Unexpectedly? My dear Inspector, it's obvious my reputation here on the continent is not what it is throughout the British Empire. You may inform your associates that there is nothing unexpected to Monsieur Sherlock Holmes.
Well, Dr. Watson, that was a very thrilling story indeed.
Well, I'm delighted that you found the adventure so exciting, Mr. Harris. And I do believe that next week's story is just as gripping. It is called The Adventure of the East End Strangler. It concerns a city in terror, a scream in the night, a bit of blue thread, and an old lover.
The makers of Clippercraft clothes and more than 1,200 stores from coast to coast have brought you another in the new series of broadcasts featuring the world's most famous detective, Sherlock Holmes. Our stories are based upon the character Sherlock Holmes created by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, and the program is produced and directed by Basil Lochran. Sherlock Holmes is played by John Stanley, Dr. Watson by George Felton. This week's story was written by Howard Merrill with special music by Albert Berman. If you don't know your Clippercraft dealer, write Clippercraft, 200 Fifth Avenue, New York City. Money can help the fight against heart disease. Send a donation to your local Heart Association campaign or to the American Heart Association, Box 500, New York City. Be sure to listen next week to Sherlock Holmes in The Adventure of the East End Strangler. This is Cy Harris speaking for Clippercraft Clothes. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
Welcome back. Well, the one thing Sherlock Holmes definitely knows is when you're about to unveil a killer, it's helpful to have a policeman set to conveniently show up. That does seem to be a bit of a recurring theme. The other thing that this episode does, and it's a couple of times they've done this, and it almost seems to be a perhaps self-reflective type thought, because we've seen it on previous episodes as well, where perhaps there's a danger in knowing too much about how to commit murder. We saw that, I think, in one of the episodes, The Logic of Murder. And certainly a book like the one that the killer read was something that a lot of mystery writers would be familiar with. There are handbooks for mystery writers contain information on poisons and forensics and all sorts of things like that, so they can be able to plot out the murder mystery. And certainly those things have existed in one form or another for a while. And again, I wonder if there's a somewhat self-reflective, is this a good thing to have all this information about? And I think we've seen mystery writers kind of use their work for that sort of self-reflection before in this program. Well, one thing that is a good thing is your comments and feedback. And we have this from Matt, who says, I just want to say I really enjoy your Sherlock Holmes podcast. I listen to one almost every day before I go to bed. I really enjoy it, and I'm glad I found your site. Please continue to keep posting them. I enjoy them. You have a very cool project, and I'm glad you are keeping old-time radio alive. I truly respect that. Thank you again from Matt. Well, thanks so much for your kind note, Matt. It's truly appreciated. And that'll actually do it for today. We will be back tomorrow with yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Join us back here next week for Sherlock Holmes. And coming next Tuesday, Call the Police. Well, now it's time to get into today's episode of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. From March 2nd, 1954, here's The Road Test Matter.
For your listening enjoyment, John Lund as Johnny Dollar.
King, Johnny. Consolidated Indemnity.
Oh, hello, Mr. King.
Gotta do this for us, Johnny. I can't take no for an answer.
Oh, wait a minute, Mr. King. Do what?
It's the new model car Allied Motors have been testing. Completely under wraps. The top engineers have been working on it.
Your company going into the automobile business?
We're in it, Johnny, up to our eyes. The car's cracked up 3 times, 1 fatal injury. The auto company's as confused as we are. You gotta run out there and find out what the story is, Johnny.
Okay, Mr. King. I'll keep you posted.
Mind if I break in a few seconds to discuss games with you? How many of you, when you were youngsters, ever tried to escape from the world of reality by playing cowboys and Indians or cops and robbers? Today's youngsters have added 2 more professions to the world of make-believe: spacemen and G-men. And speaking of G-men, do you know where that name came from? Actually, it was used about 20 years ago by gangsters to describe members of our Federal Bureau of Investigation, and the name stuck. It's easy to see why youngsters have added G-men as heroes to their play world, since they are a most important part of our country's protective forces. Actually, the Federal Bureau of Investigation is part of the Department of Justice and acts as a kind of detective agency whose duty it is to track down those who break our federal laws. The FBI also does counterintelligence work in ferreting out spies and saboteurs. And here's an amazing fact about our FBI men. Despite the extreme dangers of their work, it wasn't until some 20 years ago that they were given the authority to carry guns. With no other weapons than courage, resourcefulness, and determination, they had to track down and apprehend dangerous racketeers and spies. Today, however, you will find that the typical FBI agent may be a lawyer, accountant, or specialist in some other profession, but thoroughly trained in scientific police methods and handy with any type of weapon.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Consolidated Indemnity Company, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the road test matter. Expense account items 1, 2, and 3. Taxi to airport, $3.50. Plane ticket to Detroit, $84.75. Taxi to Allied Motors testing grounds, $4.15. I got there before noon. There were a lot of signs around the place reading absolutely no visitors and keep out, no trespassing. So it took me about 10 minutes to persuade the guard at the gate to let me through. They were still testing cars, but the people watching the test winced as the cars thundered by, just as if they expected the autos to fall apart any second. The man I wanted to see was named McGregor. He was pointed out to me by one of the mechanics.
What was the time on that last lap there?
Mr. McGregor?
Very same.
I'm Johnny Dollar from the insurance company.
Insurance company? What have they got to do with us?
Well, they carry the paper. I'm only here to help you, Mr. McGregor.
Of course. Sorry if you thought me cut, Mr. Dollar. We've been having a time around here.
Yeah, I've heard.
You have? Well, come along to the pit. I'll show you what's what. This is the company's model 3 years hence we're testing.
Oh, you worked that far ahead?
Aye. We're planning a radically redesigned automobile. It's a big gamble.
And you're in charge of the whole thing.
I'm to make it work. That's been my job here for 25 years. I've seen a lot of changes, Mr. Dollar, but never anything like this. New materials, new suspension, new steering.
Mm-hmm. What about these accidents?
You tell me. 3 so far. And we've got the best engineers in the world. You expect 1 failure, 2 maybe, but 3. A fiasco like this can cost the company dear.
It's been kept pretty quiet.
Aye, but for how long? It can ruin the company. Well, come on in. I'll show you the baby the men are driving.
Well, there she was. Allied's experimental model. If they'd been taking orders, I'd have signed then and there. Until I remembered that 3 of these dream boats, each hand-tooled and serviced by the best men the company could find and driven by crack drivers, had fallen apart on the track. The drivers? Well, the orders were to give the car every beating it could take. And the drivers knew this car couldn't take it. McGregor led me into his office on the field.
Sit down, please.
Thanks.
What do you make of it, Mr. Dollar?
Well, it might be an inside job, of course. Someone's got a grudge against someone else, and they're working it out through the car.
So, we strip down every wreck. I do it myself personally. And do you think there's a sign of sabotage? No. No, it's not that easy, Mr. Dollar.
One of the drivers, maybe.
Oh, they've all been with the company for years. Maybe some of the designers. They're new boys. But our drivers, they're very experienced.
I'm not talking about their experience. I'm talking about their motives.
I'm an automobile engineer, and I wouldn't know about motives. I'll have to leave that to you.
Thanks. Oh, I'd like the name of the man who was killed and his widow's address.
Oh, of course. I'll write it down for you.
Expense account item 4, 85 cents. Taxi to the residence of Mrs. Grace Johnson. She lived in a nice house not far from the track. A for sale sign was posted on the lawn.
I wish you'd have called first, Mr. Dollar.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just got in town.
The place is a mess.
You're going somewhere?
Well, you know how it is. After a horrible thing like this, you want to get away. Throw that stuff off the chair and sit down.
Don't bother being polite to me, Mrs. Johnson. I'm just doing my job.
You have to make it sound so clinical.
Well, maybe that's the best way, Mrs. Johnson.
I'll try to help you.
Thanks. Who do you think might have wanted your husband killed?
You think someone did?
You knew your husband. Is there anybody who might have wanted him out of the way?
Yes, but I can't be sure.
I'm not asking you to be sure. I'm just looking for leads.
Steve and I, that's my husband, hadn't been getting along. Seems we couldn't live with each other or without each other. I didn't know where to turn.
These things happen, Mrs. Johnson.
Turned to a friend of Steve's. One thing led to another, and pretty soon, well, we were thinking that if only Steve was out of the way. But I didn't think he would do it. I didn't.
Do you know that he did?
Of course not. He hasn't been to see me once since. I'm getting out of this place. It's like a bad dream.
What's your friend's name?
It's Simmons. Joe Simmons.
What does he do?
Do? He used to be a test driver with Allied, same as Steve was.
Oh. May I use your phone?
Yes, of course. I'll show you where it is.
Simmons had worked for Allied, all right. One of their best men. He'd quit after the Johnson accident. When I went to the address he'd given as his home, I found he hadn't lived there for 6 weeks. But his landlady said he liked to stop in at Kirby's Bar and Grill down the street. And she believed he still lived in the neighborhood.
Yes, sir?
I'm looking for Joe Simmons.
You come to the right place. Joe, you got a friend. That's him over there.
Thanks. Mr. Simmons?
Yep.
I'm Johnny Dollar. I'm with the insurance company interested in the Allied Motors business.
A cop?
No, we're just the people who pay off the claims. They've asked me to look into it.
Why do you come to me?
I thought you could help me.
Kelly, 2 more. You'll join me, won't you?
Yeah, I'll play with it.
Coming up. How much do you know?
Well, I know Steve Johnson had a pretty wife.
Oh, you've been seeing her. And she told you how she cried on my shoulder. I suppose she also told you I let her on or something? Put him on my tab, Kelly. Right, Joe. I'm a little tin goddollar, but Steve was my friend. If I took his wife to the movies or out to dinner, he knew about it, even though she didn't know he knew.
That sounds complicated.
No, he was crazy about her. He was trying to keep it going. He thought I could straighten her out.
How come you quit driving?
Well, that car's not right. I've been test riding too long not to know that.
Allied makes the best cars in the business.
You're telling me? This one handles like a bar of soap. It does everything but answer your mail. Then suddenly, wham! For no reason, it falls apart on you. You tell me a car like that's all right?
Every car or just some of them?
How would I know?
Well, maybe some of the cars could have little bugs put in them. Like if one driver was in the way.
I get you. You still think I did it because I was going out with Grace?
Yeah, something like that.
There's only one thing wrong with your hunch, Dollar. I'd have to get to the car. They watch them like crown jewels.
You could figure out a way.
And I'd have to want to do it. I told you I wasn't double-crossing Steve. He knew I was seeing Grace.
Do you know you and his wife were thinking how nice it would be if he were out of the way? I'll leave the tip. And, Mr. Simmons, I wouldn't leave town with a widow just yet. Expense account item 5, $2.60. Cab fare to my hotel, where I put in a call to Mr. McGregor. He wasn't available, but they promised me he'd call me back. I left word with the desk to be sure and page me, and I went down to the dining room where I told the head waiter I was expecting a call. I hadn't got around to my coffee when I was paged and told that someone was waiting for me in the lobby.
Dollar?
Yeah.
Sergeant Ferris, Police Department. I hear you're digging into the Allied crack-ups.
Our company's paying for them.
Got any ideas?
No, nothing startling. Open and shut.
Let's get off our feet. I was hoping an outsider would turn up a fresh approach.
Oh, I like the old one, Sergeant. It's neater.
Show me how.
Well, you'll have to bear with me if it sounds familiar. Husband and wife fight. Husband's best friend has a broad shoulder and a narrow conscience. Problem? How to get rid of husband and maybe pick up a piece of insurance on the way. All that remains, Sergeant, is to figure what was done to wreck husband's car and how friend tried to get away with it.
Well, it's neat. I'll say that for your theory. But it won't work.
Why not? It's worked before.
I'll give you one small reason. Joe Simmons doesn't work for Allied any longer, right?
Right.
And they just had another crack up out there.
Ouch.
What happens now?
I've made my little spiel. You tell me.
Here's a rich company with all the know-how and talent in the world. They can't make a car safer than that. Something's got to be wrong.
Well, that's not a conclusion, Sergeant. That's a beginning.
I'm coming to that. The police department hasn't got enough to go on, so I kind of figure it's your baby.
Meaning what?
Hang on. The insurance company's got to find some evidence of at least criminal negligence before we get interested. Officially, that is. We want you to go to work out there.
Work?
Driving.
Driving? For that cracking up out
And
there.
if you're lucky, one will crack up with you in it. Then we'll know something.
If I live through it, that is.
We want you to do that for us, Dollar. It's important. Will you?
The things I get involved in. All right.
Good luck, Johnny.
Yeah.
You know, many great men have attained the highest office in our land, the presidency of the United States. Can you guess the name of this man? He never wanted to be president, since he personally felt he was unqualified for the office. When he was only 30 years old, he was appointed member of the Ohio Superior Court. He was President Grant's Secretary of War and Attorney General. In 1908, through the recommendation and support of Theodore Roosevelt, he succeeded Roosevelt as president. If you don't have his name by now, here's another clue. During his administration, the Postal Savings Plan and Parcel Post were established. Who was he? William Howard Taft, 27th President of the United States. His life is part of your American heritage.
And now, with our star, John Lund, we bring you the second act of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar.
All right, Jim. Throttle her full. All right, Jim. Get it! Get it! Come on. All right, everybody. Back to work. Back to work. Have her towed to the shop and take her down.
Couldn't we just smell it for scrap and save the trouble? Come on.
What made it go to pieces, Mr. McGregor?
Ask the engineer who designed it.
I got a better idea.
And what's that?
Put me to work, driving. There are some things you can't learn at second hand.
Oh, you're kidding, of course.
No, Mr. McGregor, I'm not.
Very well. You got a minute, Dollar?
Do I get the driving job or
I've
not?
got something in my office. It ought to give you an idea or two. After you. Care for a wee drop of the stuff? Not elegant, but paper cups will serve. There you are. Cheers. Never used to drink on the job, but believe me, since they put this new model on me, it's a necessity.
What about my job, Mr. McGregor?
I don't think you'll be needed.
Why not?
Come here. Here's something I dictated. For the top brass. You'll see why. It's on the dictating machine now. Yeah. Here it is.
Memo to Mr. William T. Thorne, Chairman of the Board, Allied Motors. From Ken McGregor, Head Department Development and Research. Subject, new model.
It begins with a lot of personal stuff. You know, how I've been with the company for so many years, that kind of thing. And here's where it really starts, I think.
And it is my considered opinion that the projected design ought to be dropped entirely. Further test driving ended in the interest of the company's reputation and my men's safety. Furthermore, if I may suggest, we ought to return to the traditional ways of developing our cars, which have stood us so well.
Well, that's it, Mr. Dollar.
And what if they don't approve?
They've got to.
And if they don't, do I get the job?
Surely. But they've got to, Dollar. They're not crazy.
They'd read the memo in the executive offices by the time I got to them. They were inclined to agree with McGregor, and it took some fast talking on my part to convince them they should keep the experimental models testing. The insurance company had a lot of money invested in those accidents, if they were accidents, and I didn't see folding up my tent and stealing into the night without some explanation. They gave the test 1 week more. Meanwhile, I went to see the man responsible for the car's design. Come in, please. I'm Johnny Dollar from the insurance company. Is your chief, Ted Brand, in?
I'm Ted Brand.
Then I'm supposed to talk to you?
Sure. What do you say we do it over something to drink?
Yeah. When he said something to drink, he meant coffee. He was no more than 22 or 3. And that's what threw me when he told me he was the man responsible for the radically redesigned car of the future.
So there you are, new car from top to bottom. Science can't stand still, neither can automotive design. They had lots of trouble with the first jets, remember?
Well, then you think it's, birth pangs?
Did I say that? No, Mr. Dollar. That motor, that car is as perfect as anything can be. On paper, it should handle like a dream, and it can. I know it can. Oh, you'll find a lot of old guys who are against anything just because it isn't the way it always was. These are the same guys who are opposed to pneumatic tires, then four-wheel brakes. They just hate progress. You follow me?
Yeah, I think I do.
This car has got to work, that's all. Just like 2 and 2's got to make 4. How about another cup of coffee?
No, thanks. You have a cup on me. I've got somewhere to go. Expense account item 6. Taxi to the residence of Mr. Kenneth McGregor. $1.60. I waited till well after dinner before dropping in.
Yes?
My name is Dollar. Is Mr. McGregor in?
No.
Well, do you expect him soon?
Well, if he's not here by this time, I can figure he won't be home at all. Can I help you? I'm Mrs. McGregor.
Well, I don't...
They're working him awfully hard at the plant these days. He's been staying there nights a lot recently.
Oh? Maybe I can talk to you.
Won't you come in? I'm so glad for the company, Mr. Dollar. With Mr. McGregor away so much, I tell you, I just pine for someone to talk to. Can I fix you a cup of coffee?
No, thanks. Nice place you have here.
Thank you. We like it. The company's been very good to Ken. He's been with them a long time, you know.
I guess he must like his work.
Oh, he loves it. They wanted him to retire several times, but not Ken. Offered him a pension, too. But I guess they realize he knows more about cars than anyone in the whole world, I do believe.
He seems to work hard, staying away so late, missing dinner.
Oh, he wasn't always like that. He works hard, but he's also a family man, do you know what I mean? But lately, he's had so much on his mind. The way I see it, he wants to make one more showing before he does quit.
Yes, I see what you mean. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go.
Oh, do you have to? I was enjoying our talk so much.
So was I. Oh, Mrs. McGregor, I wonder if I could ask something of you.
Of course.
Don't tell Mr. McGregor about this visit. I mean, it's nothing to worry about, but...
I understand, young man. In years past, before they pushed him aside, lots of you boys used to come out and see us. I won't say a word.
Thanks a lot. Good night.
Good night.
And there it was. A man who'd given a lifetime of loyalty. And now he was drinking on the job, staying at the shop all night, hating the new model car. I wondered how I'd feel if I suddenly found myself outdated. Outdated by a kid full of new, fresh, crazy ideas. Then I remembered that a man named Steve Johnson had died, that they'd had 4 crack-ups and might have others. Johnny Dollar.
Sergeant Ferris, Johnny. Can you come out to Allied? It's important.
What's happened, Sergeant? Another crack-up?
Worse. Murder.
Murder? Who?
McGregor.
Excuse us, please. Excuse us, please. Let us through. There it is. Just the way it was found this morning.
Seems to have been quite a struggle.
It does for sure.
He spent the night here.
How do you know?
I went out to his house last night. He's been staying away a good deal. I guess he was pretty sore at what he thought the company was doing to him.
So he went and got himself killed?
He got me there, Sergeant. Did he go out for dinner or anything last night?
The guard at the gate said he left around midnight. Was back in an hour.
Did he make any calls?
Switchboard's closed at that hour. He had a direct line.
That's all you know, then?
Someone came to see him.
Oh?
Now, hold your horses. It was early in the evening. He left hours before it happened. They check everybody in and out through the gate.
Uh-huh. I get it.
There's some guy who used to work for him or something. The man at the gate knows him.
Who was it?
Simmons. Joe Simmons. He was checked out before 10, like I told you.
Yeah. Well, I'll leave you to your work, Sergeant. I went to Kirby's Bar and Grill, but Joe Simmons wasn't around. He'd been around last night, but they hadn't seen him today. Well, there wasn't much I could do. It was a police case now, all right. So I grabbed a cab and went back to the hotel. Expense account item 7, cab fares. 120, 260, and 140. I was just letting myself into my room when...
Are you Dollar?
That's right.
Can I come in? I want to talk to you. It's about the car they're road testing over at Allied.
Yeah. Come on in.
Thanks. Maybe I'm a stoolie, but... Oh, murder's not in my line.
What are you talking about?
This guy who got killed, that driver, Johnson. Well, it was a risk he had to figure on, but now killing the old man, I'm through. I had nothing to do with it. I'll take my rap for what's coming to me, but not murder.
Why don't you go to the police?
Well, I figured you could help me.
Well, don't count on it. All right, go ahead. Tell me who you're talking about.
Simmons.
Simmons was checked out of the test area 2 hours before it happened.
That's what you think. McGregor picked him up later and brought him back. He was crouched down on the floor in back of the car.
Why?
Well, they were worried about you. You were going to drive. That meant that you'd have to get the business like Johnson. Simmons had to talk the old man into it.
They were working together?
Simmons was working for a stockholder who got booted out of the management when it was discovered he'd been mixed up in rackets. He wanted to hurt the company, and he had what it takes to do it. Well, Simmons knew the old man was sore because the company was scrapping him after all these years. Well, little by little, he got the old man to go in deeper. But then they had this beef about you. The old man realized what he'd done, and he wouldn't go for it. Well, you know how it wound up.
Where's Simmons now?
Waiting for me at the Kearns Hotel.
Will you take me there?
Yeah, sure.
Wait till I call a friend and tell him where to meet us.
Has he got a gun?
Yeah, a service revolver.
All right. Go on in.
Okay. I'm back, Joe.
Oh, what took you so long? Did you get the tickets?
You're not going to need any tickets.
Wait,
Expense account total, including return fare, $217.40. Remarks: the name of the stockholder has been submitted above, and he is currently held by the police. It is my belief he'll be able to reimburse your company for all the claims you've paid out. From jail, of course. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, stars John Lund in the title role and was written by David Chandler with music by Eddie Dunstetter. Featured in tonight's cast were Fred Mackay, Bill Johnstone, Virginia Gregg, Ted Bliss, Clayton Post, Hy Everback, Eleanor Audley, and Joe Kearns. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is produced and directed by Jaime Del Valle. This is Charles Lyon, inviting you to join us again next week at the same time when, from Hollywood, John Lund returns as...
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Welcome back. Well, one thing I don't like about this end, they've used it a couple of times, is they slog through this entire investigation, and then we have the all too convenient appearance of an accomplice with a conscience. And the thing is, they've done that before, I think at least once, maybe twice. But the overall take was fascinating, particularly to take a look at the world of automobile design in the 1950s, as well as to take a look at the actual solution, because this is almost like, well, I don't want to spoil the ending of Murder on the Orient Express, but it reminded me of that. Basically, we had a bunch of people with what seemed to be varying motives, and the solution turned out to be they all did it. One way or another, except for the why. But definitely an interesting time in the history of automobile engineering. Received a message from Joan. I have a comment about yours truly, Johnny Dollar. I do not know if anyone has said this before, but I feel John Lund sounds so much like Edmund O'Brien. Their style and voices are so similar. Well, Joan, thanks for the comment. I don't quite see it. Most people will note a difference, just because Lund's voice tends to be more soft-spoken. But if they're sounding similar, maybe more audio quality or something like that. But yeah, they kind of have some very different styles, because Edmund O'Brien's is very hard-boiled and tense. John Lund's, to me, is a lot more sensitive. But if anyone else has thoughts along that line, I'd love to hear you. Email me at box13@greatdetectives.net. Well, coming up next Saturday, not this Saturday, but the next one, we will have our 800th episode special. So be looking for that then. And then on Tuesday, be sure and listen for Call the Police. And Monday, we still have The Adventures of Frank Race. And then Friday, join us back here for yours truly, Johnny Dollar. In the meantime, send your comments to box13@greatdetectives.net. Follow us on Twitter at Radio Detectives. And call us 208-991-4783. From Boise, Idaho, this is your host, Adam Graham, signing off.